dues, whatever that be, since 2013 is a very serious issue. They haven't, in this case, they haven't paid the licensing fee, which would be the same thing as.
The Call to Freedom is coming up next, live after the news on the Liberty Radio Network at LRN.FM.
From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Friday, August 17th, 2018. Silver is trading at $14.70 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,180 per ounce. Zen Cash is trading at $70, and the average price of Bitcoin is $6,505. Antiwar.com reports Congress has the power to set the foreign aid budget, but the Trump administration may not be planning on letting them keep it, with officials reporting that they are planning a rescission package to cut money out of the aid budget. The theory is that the administration could cut some of the money appropriated by Congress but not yet spent. The goal is to eliminate about $3.5 billion, including $200 million in frozen Syria aid and an unspecified amount of aid to the Palestinians. Senate leadership in both parties is loudly opposing this, complaining it would be a blow to both the State Department and U.S. aid. Senator Bob Corker said he's considering blocking the move, though despite being the Foreign Relations Committee chairman, he's not clear if there's a way to do that legally. President Trump wanted the cuts to foreign aid included in the budget originally, but Congress refused to do so. The Office of Management and Budget appears to believe that those cuts can still be made to happen. You can support FPP Radio by joining the Fans program. Fans are friends, allies, and numerous supporters. Fans help FPP afford to produce more original content. You can join the Fans program for as little as $1 per month through Patreon and get perks like ad-free versions of FPP Radio News and Peace, Love, Liberty Radio. To learn more or to join the Fans program, visit fans.fppradio.com. That's fans.fppradio.com. UPI reports at least 1,400 Google employees signed a letter to company leadership demanding more transparency over a project the tech giant is working on that would be accepted by the Chinese government. The project is a search engine designed to comply with the Chinese government censorship laws, and Google employees said they need more information about the project to determine whether it raises any urgent moral and ethical issues. The employees said in the letter, "Currently, we do not have the information required to make ethically informed decisions about our work, our projects, and our employment." In 2010, Google removed its search engine from the Chinese web over censorship, but in 2016, Google began developing a new search engine codenamed Dragonfly to be more compliant with Chinese government demands. The Google employees stated in their letter that the decision to build Dragonfly was made in secret and progressed even with the artificial intelligence principles in place. It makes clear that the principles alone are not enough. We urgently need more transparency, a seat at the table, and a commitment to clear and open processes. Google employees need to know what we're building. Although Google appears to be working on a search engine designed to comply with Chinese government censors, it's not yet clear if officials would accept it. In audio of a meeting with employees that was obtained by the New York Times, Google CEO Sundar Pichai said the company was not close to launching a search product in China. Born into a devastating world and raised among the crowd, the Cloudwalker assumes a new identity and begins the unrelenting quest for truth. In this epic journey, he discovers dark secrets about aspects of his previous life that he once trusted. Through the Journal of the Cloudwalker, he shares both the traumatic hardships and the eternal beauties of his experiences. Fueled in the beginning by his unsettling thoughts and emotions, he learns how to find peace with everything he has woken up to. Dear Society by the Cloudwalker is available from Amazon.com and all major bookstores. Reuters reports U.S. Attorney General Jeff Sessions on Thursday sought to speed up the deportation of undocumented immigrants, telling immigration judges they should only postpone cases in removal proceedings for good cause shown. Sessions, in an interim order that was criticized by some lawyers, said the good cause standard limits the discretion of immigration judges and prohibits them from granting continuances for any reason or no reason at all. Unlike the federal judiciary system, U.S. immigration courts fall under the Department of Justice, and the Attorney General can intervene. Sessions has been unusually active in his practice compared to his predecessors. Sessions has led efforts by the Trump administration to crack down on undocumented immigration, including a zero-tolerance policy that separated immigrant parents from their children while they were in U.S. detention. Trump abandoned the separation policy in June under political pressure. Sessions said on Thursday, critical in showing good cause is whether a person is likely to succeed in efforts to remain in the United States, either by appealing for asylum or receiving some form of visa or work permit. Stephen King, an attorney for the ACLU Immigrants' Rights Project, described Sessions' order as troubling and one of a series that has moved in the direction of restricting due process rights for individuals who are in removal proceedings. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.
Retail giant CVS is gearing up for floods of customers seeking the perfect meaningless piece of crap for their office gift swap. The company is making no secret that when it comes to wasting the obligatory $20 on a useless electronic dartboard or pretzel maker for someone you couldn't care less about, CVS is your best option.
Our incredible selection of worthless shit is just the thing that nobody wants. We guarantee you'll find nothing personal or unique in our store.
The company is offering massive discounts on otherwise unsellable items for holiday parties you don't even want to go to, like the $12 decorative lantern, which is expected to be a big hit with customers who grab the first thing they see when they walk in the store.
I really wanted to get something that said, I don't care about any of you people and I didn't put any effort into this.
CVS also has Hanukkah gifts for coworkers who you think might be Jewish, like candles and those little plastic net bags full of chocolate money.
This is the Onion News Network.
The Call to Freedom is an opinion show. It's meant for informational purposes only. It is not licensed financial advice. It is very important to do your own analysis before making any investment based on your own personal circumstances. You should take independent financial advice from a professional in connection with or independently research and verify any information that you hear from the Call of Freedom and wish to rely upon, whether for the purpose of making an investment decision or otherwise. I mean, come on, guys. Duh. It's a cryptocurrency investment and a political talk radio. Of course, it's opinions.
Computers are online. I'm gonna start loading software.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to the Call to Freedom.
Broadcasting live from Vertcoin Studios on LRN FM.
You're listening to Will.
You will listen to every damn word I have to say.
And Aria.
Be afraid. Be very afraid.
Stay tuned for political talk and everything crypto. That's right.
Broadcasting internationally on our BitPlus network satellite.
This is
the Call to Freedom.
All right, let's boot it up.
That's right. Welcome into the Call to Freedom here on LRN.FM. It's our, Friday afternoon drive home edition. And what a beautiful day it is here in the Shire. It's not raining yet.
No, the sun has come back out.
For a little while.
So
it's hot and steamy. And
it rained while I was out and about today.
Oh, it did?
And then, it became sunny again.
Swiggity swooty.
Of course it did.
Hot and steamy. Swiggity swooty.
So we've got, we were talking about in the Discord chat, I guess you've had a pretty good discussion about economics and communism versus ANCAP or agorist theory and that kind of stuff. And I was like, well, awesome. Since economic discussion is already going on, I've got a fairly long clip that I basically had kind of tucked away that I was like, one day we're going to get into a discussion about our economic system and the fact that, basically it creates money out of thin air. Not like blockchain, like that actually has like effort and more than just going in and changing a number. That requires algorithms and crunching and no. At the bank, they just go in and change the 1 to a 5 and they have 5 million instead of 1 million now. Literally creating money out of thin air. So I wanted to go ahead and get into this one because this is one of the longer, there's like a spot in the middle where and I do the same thing, where he kind of goes off on a tangent that's nothing to do with the subject at all about doctors and then back on to the subject at hand. So we're going to go ahead and get into this. This is, the lecture is, it's from another lecture that's much longer, but the point here is that our economic system creates money from nothing.
The reality of what we have to do, and I've started this process. We all have to do it. You have to move your money, get it out of these multinational banks that are, listen, if you want to understand what happened in Egypt, what happened in Egypt, Tunisia, Syria, all these places, it's directly related to what happened on Wall Street. Because the commodities market zoomed up because all the real estate was collapsing, and so they start putting their money into commodities. Commodities go up, and suddenly the Egyptian, who was paying 25% of his income for food, is now paying 45% of his income for food, and he can't afford it. And they're literally starving. This is happening in many, many places around the world. People are suffering from this unjust economic system that has to be identified. The culprits behind it need to be identified because these are real people. They have names. And they're doing things that are completely immoral. They're doing things that are absolutely immoral, and we are all suffering from it. Canada's been spared a lot of this egregiousness because there were much better fiscal policies here, but don't think that you're free from it. And the other thing is, if we go, you go. So you better hope that, because 80% of your economy is tied to our economy, and you should know that. So don't get high and mighty. Like I put maple syrup, I use it on my oatmeal. Canada imported, so I'm supporting Canadian economy in my own house. What you can do is move your money, but that's only a temporary solution. Muslims need to develop their own banking systems. Anybody can open a bank if they have a charter. It's not hard to do. And banking is the biggest scam that's ever been perpetrated on people. Really, if you understand banking, you will be amazed at what they get away with, because this is the only private company that can create money out of nothing. We all have to earn our money. They just literally create it out of nothing. And so you need to understand, we as a community need to open banks, but they can't be like some of these shifty, shady things that are going on. Sharia compliant, quote unquote, right? And Canada has already tasted the bitter brunt of that, all right? So we have to really, we have our own banks. The other thing that we can do, we have over 50,000 doctors in the United States of America, and you've got many Muslim doctors, 50,000 Muslim doctors. And I've said this before, but when an American comedian on national TV said, I went to my doctor and he said, face Mecca and cough, and everybody in the audience laughed, you know that Muslim doctors are having an impact on this society. People put their lives in the hands of Muslim doctors every day. Muslim doctors are paying hundreds of millions of dollars in insurance every month. Who are they paying it to? They're paying it to Blue Cross. I thought we didn't believe in crosses. Really, they're paying it to Mutual Insurance. They're paying it to all these companies. We have a system called Takaful, which is superior to this insurance system where you're investing your money. And then if something happens, then the money comes out of that. This is a superior system. You would get people from other faiths and non-faith people, they would want to be part of this because they wouldn't be just losing their money every month, but getting something back. We need Muslim insurance companies. All you people in here are paying auto insurance. Where's the Muslim insurance company? That could be a non-profit insurance company. That could be giving back to the community. Where is it? Where's our creativity? Why aren't we thinking economically? We're literally spending, we are spending so much money on these societies, and what are we getting back for it? Reasonably good governance, pretty good roads, you know, good amenities, nice municipalities, but much of it is being squandered on companies that are doing terrible things. They really are. And if you read the fine print in a lot of these insurance companies, it's amazing what they get away with. All you have to look is what happened to the people in Katrina who they had insurance against hurricanes, but because the dam broke, they blamed it on the dam and said, oh, it wasn't the hurricane. And people lost their houses. I mean, this is totally unethical. The Quran is about giving people respite until things are easier for them. Muslims don't foreclose homes. Really, bank robbers don't chase people out of their homes, but bankers do. Really, it's amazing what they get away with. Woody Guthrie, the great American poet, said, some will rob you with a fountain pen, some with a 6-gun and some with a fountain pen. I mean, people were completely robbed. All these securitized loans, derivatives packed in, and they were robbing everybody. It wasn't just the people that were signing those deeds. They were robbing the fireman's insurance, the teacher's insurance, people's 401ks, all these people that thought their retirement were in AAA loans, Standards and Poor, all these people that are giving them AAA loans, and it wasn't AAA loans. And then they were betting against themselves. This is what was going on, complete unethical behavior. Now, if you look, Spinoza said that greed, avarice, and covetousness are species of madness. They're types of madness. We forget that these people are actually insane. And yet we give money. Allah says, "La tu'tu sufaha amwalakum." Don't give idiots your wealth. Don't give idiots your wealth. Allah says this in the Quran. Do not give your wealth to people that will misuse your wealth. We are empowering them with every check we write, with every time you use that credit card. Use cash. Don't give them that 4%. Why should some middleman, some sarah? They're trying to eliminate cash. Who wants to eliminate cash? The bankers do, because they'll get 4% of every human transaction. Don't let them do that. Start using cash.
Are you tired of governments murdering people around the world? Stop using their money. There is an alternative. Bitcoin is a stateless, free market, non-political currency. Bitcoin cannot be inflated or controlled by any government. By using their money, you are helping the state. Stop doing it. You have an incredible alternative available now. Learn it, use it, spread it. Get started with Bitcoin at bitcoin.com. That's bitcoin.com.
This is Michael Dean from the Freedom Fiends. I've run websites since 1996 and have used over a dozen web hosts in that time. AgristHosting.com is the only one that hasn't broken my heart. Agrist Hosting's uptime and service is stellar, and their DDoS mitigation is the best I've seen. That's important because if you tell the truth in this world, you'll ruffle feathers. And some people will try dirty tricks to silence your voice. No matter what the haters hit us with, Agrist Hosting keeps our websites online. If you have a mission-critical commercial presence or a world-changing activism site, you cannot tolerate any skullduggery. So go with agristhosting.com. Have a WordPress or blog site, but you're not satisfied with performance or uptime? Or just want raw hosting? Want to pay with Bitcoin? Agrist Hosting specializes in high-performance hosting with personalized service. Go to agristhosting.com and click on the button that says Get Hosted. That's agristhosting.com.
Imagine someone in your community getting in their car, turning on the radio, and hearing the Liberty Radio Network. You can make that vision a reality with your own micro radio station. Visit broadcast.lrn.fm to learn how you can put our programs on the air in your area. You can have LRN.FM running around the clock, and you can even add in your own local shows. Building a radio station is simple, but programming isn't. That's where LRN.FM comes in. Learn more at broadcast.lrn.fm. That's broadcast.lrn.fm.
In Survivor Max 2, School Bites, Max must scavenge through a wasteland swarming with the undead. Desperate to find the medicine he needs, he discovers a community of survivors at his former school. Has he finally found the safe haven he's been looking for, or will he discover that school bites? Look for Survivor Max on Facebook, read reviews on Amazon, and read Chapter 1 at survivormax.com.
The three most important things you can do for LRN.FM are: 1. Let your friends know you're listening to LRN.FM on your social networking profile. 2. Buy the things you buy online through shop.lrn.fm. 3. Give $5 a month to the AMP program at amp.lrn.fm. It's my firm belief that the AMP program is the best use of your charitable dollar among liberty-oriented groups. Support all your favorite organizations, but make sure you give $5 a month to the AMP program at amp.lrn.fm.
Is spreading the message of liberty, cryptocurrency, and peace around the globe worth $2 per month to you? As you may already know, in addition to our internet feed, LRN.FM broadcasts on free-to-air satellite across North and Central America, as well as Sub-Saharan Africa. And we've been available on satellite for free 24/7 since 2010. The LRN.FM free-to-air satellite signal is reaching some of the most oppressive regimes in the world, and there's no doubt our ideas are making an impact. You can learn more about the channel's impact by watching the 3-minute video at fund.lrn.fm. If you'd like to help free minds globally with our ideas of liberty, cryptocurrency, and peace, you can donate as little as $2 per month via fund.lrn.fm. You can help us continue and expand our satellite broadcast to multiple continents. Visit fund.lrn.fm today, and thank you for your help. Don't forget to share the link on social media. That's fund.lrn.fm.
If you enjoy LRN.FM, please contribute to your favorite shows via their websites and become an amplifier at amp.lrn.fm. That's amp.lrn.fm.
You are listening to the Call to Freedom on LRN.fm. Unasikiliza wito wa uhuru katika LRN.fm.
Solution. We need to recognize that commodity-backed wealth is the only sound form of wealth. Commodity-backed wealth is the only sound form of wealth. They will argue, and let me tell you something about economics majors. Economics majors go through a brainwashing program. Seriously, because they come out of it with all these ideas. And if you try to say something like, we need to get back to a bimetal economy. Oh, no, that's passé. They got rid of that. It was a bad system. It doesn't work. Who said it doesn't work? It worked for thousands of years. Human beings traded in gold and silver for thousands of years. Gold rarely inflates. It inflates when new mines are discovered, but there's only about a 2% increase in gold every year. So it's very minimal. But look at the inflation that your money is having. You know, Robert Frost wrote a poem that he never published about currency. And that poem, he said, the pain of seeing 10 cents turn to 5. We clutch fiercely at the part we think we feel it in, the head, the heart. Is someone cutting us in two alive? Is someone at us cutting us in half? We cast a dangerous look from where we lie up to the enthroned kings of earth and sky. They know too well what's good for them to laugh, right? He was talking about inflation, 1919, inflation. When Woodrow Wilson, to pay for all the war problems, printed up all of this money, inflating the currency and paying. That's why do you think the Chinese are angry? Because they're seeing all of that money that they're holding is being inflated. They know what's happening. There's a book recently out called Currency Wars, threatening about the collapse of the dollar and the fact that we're in a currency war. What's going on in Europe is a currency war against the euro. The euro is being destroyed. The yen, the dollar, the euro, the mark, these are the global currencies, and this is happening all around us. And yet we remain oblivious to it because these currencies are fiat currencies that have no intrinsic value. Intrinsic value is in gold and silver. At the time of the Prophet ﷺ, gold and silver, it was a 10-to-1 ratio. At the beginning of America's bimetal economy, it was a 14-to-1 ratio under Hamilton. In 1873, they prohibited silver as a monetary means of transaction. Why did they prohibit silver? Because the bankers knew that there's more silver than gold. They wanted payment in gold because farmers and poor people could pay with silver, and it was like having an easier way of paying off their debts. And so they actually outlawed silver in the United States.
Yes, and then they outlawed gold a little while, 100 years later. So, all right.
Yeah, well, he said a lot of really good things. First, he said, get your money out of banks. He neglected to say, and into cryptocurrency.
Right.
He does later say, get it into cash, which is still the banks.
Yeah.
So, I mean, cryptocurrencies are the only way you're really going to avoid dealing with the banks.
Yeah. But he does advocate the use of silver.
Yeah. But they're not going to make a silver currency for us to use.
Yeah, the whole Marabatun.
The entire reason for that, as I imagine he was getting at, is that the lack of another standard allows them to hide the inflation from us.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I was a lumber yard and you came each day and you bought like 1 yard, or let's do 12 inches because that would be easier, 12 inches of wood.
Size queen.
Yeah, whatever.
We both went there.
And so you bought 12
I beat
inches
Tom
of wood.
to it is what happened.
No, not only did you beat me to it, yours was actually better.
Oh, okay.
But each day, the amount of wood you got actually decreased. And when I sent you off with it, I was like, well, it's still 12 inches of wood. Never mind.
I've got to stop.
Never mind nothing. You're way too deep in this now, Giggity.
I was trying to make an intelligent point. So
you were making an intelligent point just now.
I just couldn't stop laughing every time you said every word of it you were saying, because I'm horrible, a horrible human being.
But I mean, we have plenty of precedent for inflation causing problems throughout the world. The Great Depression of the United States caused us to call in all of our loans. I mean, the hyperinflation of Germany following World War I had already ended. They were living rather comfortably off of American loans. But then the Great Depression happened, caused by banks, and we called in all of those loans and we recollapsed the German economy. And the only political party in Germany that had predicted economic hardship at this time of economic prosperity was the Nazi Party. And so they were seen as prophets. Hey, these guys saw this doom coming. They must know what they're talking about. And they were swept into office in the very next election.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we caused that. The bankers caused the rise of the Nazis. Without any doubt whatsoever.
What was that thing, the meme that we saw the other day? It was like, time cop, I'm going back in time. I'm sorry I went back in time to kill baby Hitler. Instead, I killed baby Woodrow Wilson. And time cop sergeant says, baby who?
Yeah, who's baby Hitler?
Who's baby Hitler?
I get it.
But I mean, Wilson wasn't even at fault there. The banking institutions were. I mean, Wilson didn't help.
Was at fault because had Wilson not signed the power to them, then there would have been no bank to give the loan to start with.
True.
They would not have had.
I thought the Fed was created in response to the Great Depression.
No, before 1913.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yep.
Yeah, so that was an epic fail right off the bat.
Did you know that the rise of the House of Saud and the rise of the American Federal Reserve have 6 months between them?
I'm not surprised. So does the income tax amendment.
Mm-hmm. Isn't that interesting?
But I mean, cryptocurrency does address many of the problems with the current financial system.
It's almost as if most of the modern problems were created with Woodrow Wilson's pen when he created the American Federal Reserve Bank. He created our Bank of England, basically.
And didn't he do it in return for some kind of campaign promise or something like that? Like, if you elect me again?
I don't know.
It seems like he did. Or if you bankroll my re-election campaign, I will sign that bill. That's what it was.
Well, we'll just say that there were a lot of people who were against it, and they somehow magically ended up dead on the Titanic or something. But,
Yeah. Well, they also managed to not be in the House and in the Senate when the actual vote took place because most people were home with their families for Christmas.
Yeah.
So that helped.
That always helps.
Yeah, it helps.
We always pass the most important legislation at midnight on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
Because that's the American
for freedom.
Way. Freedom! Or whatever. Nationalism, freedom, it's all Puerto Rican to me. Anyway, we'll be back with a little bit more of the Call to Freedom here on LRN in just a moment.
According to a study released Thursday by the Princeton University Department of Biology, this local 2-year-old woodland chipmunk has crafted a far more secure and dependable plan for the future than 8 out of 10 Americans. Reporters spoke to citizens to get their view on the study.
Clearly, this chipmunk is pretty impressive. I mean, he wakes up every morning and says, I need to collect acorns and berries for the winter.
He sets goals for himself and he gets it done.
If he has to make a burrow in a tree stump, that's exactly what he does. He doesn't pause and have a snack and lay around for a few hours.
Out of nearly 40 separate interviews with Americans, 33 told reporters they were very impressed by the chipmunk's continued display of foresight, personal responsibility, and pragmatic decision-making when considering his own future.
He's preparing for winter, he's building a home, and he's trying to get enough nutrients to make it throughout the rest of the day. All this while being worried about maybe getting eaten by a wolf or an owl or something. Earlier this week, the electricity went off in my home because I forgot to pay my bill. It's the second time this year.
This is the Onion News Network.
I love My Magic Mud. I drink a lot of coffee. I had stains on my teeth. Then I found My Magic Mud, and I was told it would remove stains. So I paid attention when I brushed the first time. My Magic Mud is black tooth powder, and the difference it made in my teeth in one application was noticeable. With 4, my teeth were as white as you normal folks out there. Please go to mymagicmud.com and buy a jar. There's 150 applications for $25. You can use Bitcoin, mymagicmud.com.
Since time began, tyrants have taken aim at personal liberties. Now there's a movie that aims back.
The government has no more right to tell us what to put in our bodies than they have to take our guns or tell us what books we can read.
6 drug police were eaten by bears while raiding a marijuana farm.
On your knees, you dirty hippies! Jesus. On your knees! What's the problem, officer?
Today, many cops who enforce pot laws do so only because it provides them with cushy jobs, good benefits, and a chance to push people around.
I was an undercover narcotics officer. The drug war is nothing but a farce.
The Second Amendment says you gotta keep you and your get intact.
Guns and Weed, The Road to Freedom. A film by Michael W. Dean and Nima Vadadi.
DVD available now at gunsandweed.com or on Amazon. That's gunsandweed.com. Makes the perfect gift. Remember, that's gunsandweed.com.
Did you know we've taken our LRN.FM telephone listen line to a new level with the LRN.FM audio on demand line? Now you can call 712-770-8447 anytime and listen to LRN.FM's live feed. And you can listen to a bunch of our original shows on demand. Long distance fees may apply. Just dial 712-770-8447 and choose from the menu. 712-770-8447.
A congressman recently revealed that legislation totaling 2,900 pages and involving more than $1 trillion was available to members of Congress for less than 48 hours to study and consider. That's over 60 pages of legislation per hour. Do you think anyone read the entire bill? I'm Jim Babka with DownsizeDC.org. Consider a proposal buried in a 3,200-page, $388 billion bill, which would have empowered committee chairmen or their agents to examine Americans' tax returns. When this horrible provision came to light, no one claimed to know how it got into the bill. One congressman questioned said, "I didn't write it, I didn't approve it, I wasn't even consulted." If your attorney represented you this way, he might be disbarred. But this is how Congress represents you every day. That's why DownsizeDC.org has created the Read the Bills Act. You can force Congress to read their bills before they pass them at DownsizeDC.org.
Join the LRN.FM Discord for live chat 24/7 at discord.lrn.fm. That's discord.lrn.fm.
You are listening to the Call to Freedom live on LRN.fm. تستمعون إلى نداء للحرية مباشرة على LRN.fm.
welcome back here to the Call to Freedom here on LRN.FM. We are broadcasting live from our Zencash studio here in beautiful Keene, New Hampshire, and we are talking about, that's right, money.
Nice timing.
Thank you. It's almost like I do this for a living. Sort of. Very, 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 very meager living. Anyway, we are talking about money and ethical economics or unethical economics. We were just listening. That's actually from a very pro-free market. If you listen to the whole speech, it's from RISC, which means reviving. Well, it means sustenance, but here it's an acronym for Reviving Islamic Spirit Canada. It's like their big Muslim conference. They do it like 25,000 Muslims every year or more.
Interesting.
Yeah, and he gave a pro-free trade speech. And in the middle of that pro-free trade speech, he devoted about 10 minutes to currency and the banking cartels and basically what they did in 2007, 6, 7, 8, 9, like for that area of time where they were bending the American taxpayer over for the, I don't know how manyth time, and basically transferring the wealth of the public to the banks.
I mean, that's what's going to happen when we let one company make the currency that everyone uses and they attach debt to it, and they can make it up as they want. And when they do, it involves debt for us.
Yeah.
They're going to system. It's like a game of musical chairs where
it's theft.
Anytime the music stops, someone is going to be left standing with certainty, because that's how the system is designed. That's how the game is designed.
Yeah. And again, this brings me back to something that I say over and over and over again. This that you just heard, this is why the Sarsauers and these people that these hardcore progressive Muslim voices that we're seeing grow to prominence in the media, because the media, if you don't like Linda Sarsour, talk to CNN, because the only reason anybody knows or who cares who she is because they gave her a microphone. Before that, she was a social worker that nobody cared about, like she was a nobody, and they made her a somebody. So don't take it up with her, take it up with them. Like Trump would be nobody if they hadn't shoved a microphone in his face and covered him 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for like 16 months solid.
So when people don't like me, they can blame you.
For real. If you don't like Aria, it's my fault. I put her on radio and I plan to keep her there.
But I mean, he's right as well. The economics have, they go through a system of brainwash, but so do the Sarsauers and
they're
people
Krugman
who
types.
go through college in general.
They're the Krugman fans, though, in our community. I mean, you've seen it on my page. Yeah. There's that one ultra progressive. He and I met through Ron Paul, oddly enough. We used to.
I'm not surprised. A lot of people who supported Ron Paul then flipped and went straight to Sanders and socialism.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you don't develop an ideological backbone and you just happen to flock to the whatever white old man happens to be preaching change in the room.
Well, see, that's the funny thing is I found Ron Paul through studying my religion. Like the Arabic teacher at my mosque was like, here, you should read this book. And that's how I got introduced to Ron Paul, was reading his writings on monetary economics. And I was studying monetary economics and Islamic jurisprudence at the same time, and I saw the correlations and was like, okay, this is a no-brainer. These two things go together. And that's how I got there. But when you talk to these, it's like you said, like, well, I was just like, he was promising change and I wanted to hear, and he was, and everybody was against him. The Republicans and Democrats alike were against him. And now they see Bernie as the one, because they literally fixed the nomination against, like.
They did against Ron Paul as well.
Exactly. And Ron Paul fans are over here like, hey, I saw that.
Well, that was fun, wasn't it?
Right.
And then they retired him and didn't invite him to the retirement ceremony.
Yeah.
That was
awesome.
Wonderful. Yeah.
So, but he's he's an economics major as well. And went from Mises to Krugman. Like that.
How does that even happen?
I don't know.
I mean, because the idea is put forward by the Austrian school. I mean, they haven't been refuted by
and you'll hear the
Krugman.
brother, like you'll see him.
I mean, there's criticism of them, but no one has ever. I mean, once you subscribe to that ideology, it's going to take some serious rebuttals to get you away from it, and no one's ever put forward those rebuttals. So how does he go from these guys have a point to let's listen to what Keynes said?
I have no idea.
Keynes, whatever.
Krugman. Yeah.
It's state worship, though. I mean, it's just a different manifestation.
Well, you have
of
to
it.
remember, like, this is, refugee, lived off the state because, our government was bombing his country, so he had to come here. And then when he got here, we were like, so we blew up your house, so we'll give you one here.
The central banks that he's fallen in love with are the ones who paid for that.
Yeah,
crap
I know.
By stealing it from us.
I know. He hates the banks. And he hates the corporations.
Does he not know what words mean?
You've seen him on my page. Do you think he knows what words mean?
I think I know what guy you're talking about.
Yeah, I think you do too. He's the one that's like, I love him. He's one of my favorite scholars.
But you can't deny white privilege. That guy.
He doesn't believe the things that he's saying in that video. That's my favorite. No, he doesn't believe that.
Because religion is big on teaching people to say things they don't actually believe, isn't it?
Right. He's like, no. He doesn't believe that.
We all know insincerity is, such a big thing in religion.
Particularly in Islam.
Exactly. I mean, you would obviously choose Islam.
Like our
if you were
religion
flippant
says
about your religion.
Our religion says a single moment of true sincerity calling out to God can save you from a life of sin. But we totally don't believe that sincerity is a good thing. I mean, you've seen the taxation is theft one. I post it to him all the time. I'm like, look, the brother, he's like your favorite sheikh. He's the most renowned
hate trying to
scholar
explain that to people because it's just a tautology. It's
in the
literally
world.
theft.
And he says income taxes are theft, and he's like, but what about the zakat? And I'm like, that's not an income tax. Yeah, but he doesn't believe that.
I mean,
well,
that's
then
like
why
Christians
is he
arguing
teaching
that
it to
the
a
tithe.
room full of people? I'm teaching a room full of Muslims what Islam teaches, but I don't believe this thing that I'm teaching to them at all. Yeah, that's totally reasonable.
Yeah.
Anyway, when we get back here, we're going to continue on with this discussion of economics and ethical or unethical economic policies. When we get back here on the Call to Freedom, do you want to call in and vent about the big banks? Give us a call, 603-283-6160. We'll be right back.
So you've signed the Shire Society Declaration and are planning your move to New Hampshire to be around more liberty-oriented people. Next, sign up for the Shire Society Forum at forum.shiresociety.com. There are a bunch of people there who are already in the Shire, and they want to meet you. If you're already in the Shire physically, you should also come by the forums. Remember, not everyone uses Facebook. New people are signing up for the Shire Society Forum every month, so drop in and say hello at forum.shiresociety.com. Why did you move to the Shire?
I moved here to the Shire because there's other people around who take liberty just as seriously as I do.
I moved to the Shire because I saw videos of people challenging authority and thought that I could get support myself. It called to me, like, do this right now.
I wanted to be around people like me who got it. And once I got here, I knew there was nowhere else that I wanted to be.
I've always wanted to change the world. So I moved to the Shire to join people who were actually working towards doing the same thing.
The people here are awesome, loving, and positive. It was for the adventure and for the feeling of something important is happening here. And I just wanted to come to sort of be part of that.
Visit shiresociety.com to read and sign the Shire Society Declaration and learn the reasons why, if you love liberty, you should immigrate to the Shire. Plus, add yourself to the Shire map at shiresociety.com. That's shiresociety.com. Some of you asked, and now we've delivered. LRN.FM's live Keene, New Hampshire studio shows are now streamed in HD on Twitch. Visit our channel at twitch.lrn.fm and give it a follow. If you have Amazon Prime, you get 1 free subscription on Twitch. If you use it on our channel, Twitch will give LRN.FM a monthly piece of your Prime subscription cost. So please watch, follow, share, and subscribe to twitch.lrn.fm. That's twitch.lrn.fm. The new 4th edition of Healing Our World, The Compassion of Libertarianism, will take your understanding of liberty to a deeper level and has over 1,300 updated references, new cartoons, and a foreword by Dr. Ron Paul. With discounts for multiple book purchases, the 4th edition of Healing Our World is a great gift for the liberals, pragmatists, environmentalists, and Christians in your life who think libertarianism is cold-hearted. Get yours today at healing.freetalklive.com and use promo code FTL for a $5 discount.
Did you know you can listen to LRN.FM via our free-to-air satellite channels? We have channels over nearly all of North America and much of Africa. All you need is an affordable receiver and a dish as small as 30 inches. There are no monthly fees. Learn more at sat.lrn.fm. Plus, if you are a broadcaster or want to be one, this is a good delivery method for our content. See our coverage maps and get details at sat.lrn.fm. That's sat.lrn.fm. sat.lrn.fm.
So the protection of life, liberty, and property is what the Free State Project is all about. But it's an effort to move 20,000 people who understand.
It's about demonstrating to the entire country
that, yeah, we can have a free market, a truly free market.
Making it just a freer, great place to live.
It's the world's largest voluntarist libertarian community, and it's only getting bigger.
That's amazing, to be able to move to a place where other people passionately believe in being free and independent.
What the Free State Project is managing to do, though, is to put their money where their mouth is. Physically getting up across the country and saying, let's go someplace and let's demonstrate the power of these ideas. There's a lot of kind of philosophy that surrounds liberty. There's a lot of thinking about it and talking about it. But here in New Hampshire, people are doing it.
101 Reasons Liberty Lives in New Hampshire, a documentary by Free State Project Early Movers. Watch it free at 101reasonsfilm.com. 101reasonsfilm.com.
You're listening to the best liberty-oriented audio streamed around the clock, on the air, and online. This is the Liberty Radio Network at LRN.FM.
This is Angel Clark, and you're listening to The Call to Freedom on LRN.FM.
All right, welcome back to the Call to Freedom here on LRN.FM. We are broadcasting live from our Zencast studio here in beautiful Keene, New Hampshire, and it is another wonderful day here in the Shire. So, a 54% drop in 24 hours.
That's on what we were just discussing.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
But everything else is kind of trending up. I mean, slowly but surely.
No. Trust me, I'll be like, hey, what's up? What the hell happened? Was there some FUD I missed somewhere? So, yeah, anyway. It's as bad as the banks.
that is rough, man.
Yeah. Wow.
Something major must have happened.
Yeah, that's a $300 a month contract that just became worth $21 a month.
Did they get hacked?
I don't know. I have no idea.
I missed who we're talking about.
Well,
it's down
together,
95% in 60 days.
What?
Piece it together. I know you can.
It went from 17 cents motion.
Oh.
I don't want to say it.
Yeah, it fell off a cliff.
I mean, that's down from its high of $1.82.
And that fall happened in 4 minutes.
Good Lord.
Well, there could be a correction then, couldn't there?
That's quite a correction.
At 313, you could pick it up for 18 cents.
Would that be?
And at 317, the price dropped to 8 cents. It dropped 10 cents in 3 minutes.
So, I mean, that's effectively the equivalent of someone moving 50% of all of the Motion coin in existence.
At one time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who would have had that much? Other than the Motion Project themselves.
Yeah. I don't know. But yeah, it's a 54% drop in a 50.9% drop in 24 hours, a 49% drop in 7 days, and a 70% drop in 14 days. 84% of the value in a month gone.
Oh, at least.
Yeah.
I mean, and going back to, PorcFest, 2 months.
95% of the value gone in 60 days.
Yeah.
96% lost since all-time high a year ago.
Good Lord.
That was, yeah.
That's brutal.
Yes, to say the least.
I mean, that has implications across the board, man.
Yeah. Yeah. That affects more than just...
It affects Solica.io?
Yes, it does. It affects our charity very, very heavily.
In a major way. Whew. Well, we read an article yesterday during the crypto hour of some dude blaming the crypto crash on amateur investors. And he was basically arguing that, regulation will fix it. So people continue to look for reasons why this is happening. I don't have one. It's not fun when I open Coinami, exactly like a kid in a house filled with domestic violence, in fact. I'm just peeking at it like, are they done fighting?
Yeah, right. I don't want to look at my phone.
I mean, I don't. I haven't opened Coinami in days, except for, to peek at it kind of with one eye open, like I don't want to see it, but I have to see it kind of thing. It sucks. But, it does suck. I don't want to say as badly because I don't have, all of my financial interests tied up in cryptocurrency. But imagine if one did, and imagine, it's not that far off from what Germany experienced during hyperinflation, with their money losing, 99% of its value. If you had all of your money in Motion, you're not far off from that. So it's not even fair for me to say that cryptocurrency solves all of those problems because it clearly doesn't. That said, the value does tend to go up, and maybe with more widespread adoption, it wouldn't be so prone to diving off a freaking cliff like it does occasionally.
Yeah. Well, I've been trying to get the video for Solica.io out because as soon as that comes out, there'll be a pretty good volume pop, I would assume.
There'll be a bump, without a doubt.
But it's just... You know how it is, man.
Well, don't you have somebody editing it and producing it and all that?
That's never moved anyway. It's not moved at all.
Yeah.
It's
I feel you.
Sitting. Yeah, so I don't know. Hopefully. What is that noise?
I don't know.
I love when the system here makes a sound and I have no idea what it is. It's just awesome. Because then I can't turn it off. So...
But, at least we're not holding Bitcoin Gold and watching Helium just throw our money away any longer.
Hell no, I got all my money out of that.
How is Bitcoin Cash doing? Is it still trending down? I'm very curious about that. I don't want to look, but I have to now.
Oh, anyway. So, everything
I should have stated Ethereum Classic. Litecoin is still trending down. Ethereum Classic is back on its way up.
Really?
Yeah, it's at $14 now. I mean, it didn't plummet anywhere near as hard as the others did.
No, I got out of it. I didn't really lose anything. I just broke even. I
made about 50% on it, but then I lost every bit of it after I flipped back into Litecoin, and then some. So I think in the grand scheme of things, I'm probably down about 33%.
I think I lost about $60 in the Ethereum thing, and that was just because of fees and everything, because I was moving, like some coins.
Yeah.
So, not some coins really. I mean, not very much. But yeah, brain fart. Sorry.
It was a bit of a flop.
It was
a belly flop indeed.
It was supposed to keep basically in the midst of what should have been a climb. The rest of the market crashed and dragged it down with it.
Yeah, but it may correct itself now, and it may climb now up to $22, $23, $24. I mean, it's certainly up from where it was before.
Oh yeah,
this crash happened. I mean, it was at like 1266, somewhere around there.
Yeah. Then. It's gained. It's just everyone, I guess, was expecting much bigger gains.
Well, I got lucky. I just happened to get in there earlier and got out earlier.
Yeah.
But it turns out that Coinbase didn't actually add Ethereum Classic until yesterday. They were accepting transactions for it, but they didn't add it as a purchasable and sellable cryptocurrency until yesterday at 5 p.m.
That's why it's heading back up then.
Yeah.
I wish I'd have known that. I'd have bought it yesterday at about noon.
Yeah, I didn't know until it had happened that they were like, okay, well, we're finally adding it now. It's only 10 days late.
Right. So anyway, we're coming to the end of the first segment of the show here. And we'll be getting on to our crypto hour coming up very soon. Got some really great stories we're going to be covering for the crypto hour. We're going to be talking about the possible altcoin extinction. And you can now pay your bond, your federal bond, in crypto.
That sounds like a remarkably terrible idea, and I'll tell everybody why during crypto hour.
So, yeah. We got some great stories coming up, so stick around. We've also got some free coins to give away. That has a whole new meaning now. We got some free coins to give away, and lots of crypto talk coming up, so stick around.
If my words did glow with the gold of sunshine, and my tunes were played on the...
There is no such thing as attention span, according to Jerry Seinfeld, who figures that people have an infinite attention span if you are entertaining them. Hey, he's kept us from channel surfing for several decades, and now he's making more millions as a Las Vegas headliner. With money and attention so scarce now, effective communication skills have never been more important, especially if you're looking for work. So choose every single word as though it was the last word the person you're speaking to will hear. Otherwise, it might be. Avoid redundancies such as added bonus, advance warning, end result, prior history, or personal belongings. And avoid cliches like the plague. Just kidding. For more tips, hit survivalspeech.com. I'm Holland Cook.
Here's a chance to do a little activism while you're cruising Facebook, Twitter, or Google+. Between the LOL cats, the recipes, the hot girls, and the inspirational sunrise memes, Free Talk Live's posts pass by your newsfeed. Like them, comment. It gives us more exposure. If you don't see our posts, click like at facebook.freetalklive.com and then hover over it to click Get Notifications. It's an easy way to spread the ideas of liberty a bit further. I know you're busy, but you can spare that tenth of a calorie it takes to click on something. Facebook.freetalklive.com.
Cell411 is a free app for Android and iOS that replaces government-controlled 911. Cell411 allows you to preset a group of friends or private organizations to show up at any emergency. Cell411 is a nightmare for the state because it proves their so-called services aren't needed. Cell411 has had thousands of installs, and of course it's covered by the BIPCOT no government license. Cell411 because your friends won't shoot you when you're in trouble. Without the government, who would build the emergency services? You and Cell411. Get it today at getcell411.com.
More of the Call to Freedom is coming up next, live after the news on the Liberty Radio Network at LRN.FM.
From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Friday, August 17th, 2018. Silver is trading at $14.70 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,180 per ounce. Zen Cash is trading at $70, and the average price of Bitcoin is $6,505. Antiwar.com reports Congress has the power to set the foreign aid budget, but the Trump administration may not be planning on letting them keep it, with officials reporting that they are planning a rescission package to cut money out of the aid budget. The theory is that the administration could cut some of the money appropriated by Congress but not yet spent. The goal is to eliminate about $3.5 billion, including $200 million in frozen Syria aid and an unspecified amount of aid to the Palestinians. Senate leadership in both parties is loudly opposing this, complaining it would be a blow to both the State Department and U.S. aid. Senator Bob Corker said he's considering blocking the move, though despite being the Foreign Relations Committee chairman, he's not clear if there's a way to do that legally. President Trump wanted the cuts to foreign aid included in the budget originally, but Congress refused to do so. The Office of Management and Budget appears to believe that those cuts can still be made to happen. You can support FPP Radio by joining the Fans program. Fans are friends, allies, and numerous supporters. Fans help FPP afford to produce more original content. You can join the Fans program for as little as $1 per month through Patreon and get perks like ad-free versions of FPP Radio News and Peace, Love, Liberty Radio. To learn more or to join the Fans program, visit fans.fppradio.com. That's fans.fppradio.com. UPI reports at least 1,400 Google employees signed a letter to company leadership demanding more transparency over a project the tech giant is working on that would be accepted by the Chinese government. The project is a search engine designed to comply with the Chinese government censorship laws, and Google employees said they need more information about the project to determine whether it raises any urgent moral and ethical issues. The employees said in the letter, "Currently, we do not have the information required to make ethically informed decisions about our work, our projects, and our employment." In 2010, Google removed its search engine from the Chinese web over censorship, but in 2016, Google began developing a new search engine codenamed Dragonfly to be more compliant with Chinese government demands. The Google employees stated in their letter that the decision to build Dragonfly was made in secret and progressed even with the artificial intelligence principles in place. It makes clear that the principles alone are not enough. We urgently need more transparency, a seat at the table, and a commitment to clear and open processes. Google employees need to know what we're building. Although Google appears to be working on a search engine designed to comply with Chinese government censors, it's not yet clear if officials would accept it. In audio of a meeting with employees that was obtained by the New York Times, Google CEO Sundar Pichai said the company was not close to launching a search product in China. Born into a devastating world and raised among the crowd, the Cloudwalker assumes a new identity and begins the unrelenting quest for truth. In this epic journey, he discovers dark secrets about aspects of his previous life that he once trusted. Through the Journal of the Cloudwalker, he shares both the traumatic hardships and the eternal beauties of his experiences. Fueled in the beginning by his unsettling thoughts and emotions, he learns how to find peace with everything he has woken up to. Dear Society by the Cloudwalker is available from Amazon.com and all major bookstores. Reuters reports U.S. Attorney General Jeff Sessions on Thursday sought to speed up the deportation of undocumented immigrants, telling immigration judges they should only postpone cases and removal proceedings for good cause shown. Sessions, in an interim order that was criticized by some lawyers, said the good cause standard limits the discretion of immigration judges and prohibits them from granting continuances for any reason or no reason at all. Unlike the federal judiciary system, U.S. immigration courts fall under the Department of Justice, and the Attorney General can intervene. intervene. Sessions has been unusually active in his practice compared to his predecessors. Sessions has led efforts by the Trump administration to crack down on undocumented immigration, including a zero-tolerance policy that separated immigrant parents from their children while they were in U.S. detention. Trump abandoned the separation policy in June under political pressure. Sessions said on Thursday, critical in showing good cause is whether a person is likely to succeed in efforts to remain in the United States, either by appealing for asylum or receiving some form of visa or work permit. Stephen King, an attorney for the ACLU Immigrants' Rights Project, described Sessions' order as troubling and one of a series that has moved in the direction of restricting due process rights for individuals who are in removal proceedings. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.
Following today's press conference in which NASA announced its continuing search for a planet capable of supporting NASA, researcher Dr. Kenneth Heiser sat down with Onion reporters to detail their ongoing mission to find a NASA habitable planet.
Our objective is to find a planet capable of nurturing not just life, but also a sustained interest in the exploration of the cosmos. Such a planet would need to have water and proximity to light and heat, but also life forms with even the vaguest understanding of the importance of astronomical exploration. Ultimately, this would need to be a planet with organisms that have a genuine interest in expanding the limits of their knowledge.
Heiser added that any planet capable of supporting NASA would need to be able to generate a steady stream of financing to meet the agency's $18 billion annual budget.
The important thing is we just need to be patient. There's a limitless number of planets in the universe, and eventually we'll find one with the resources to support our work. We just have to, right?
This is the Onion News Network.
The Call to Freedom is an opinion show. It's meant for informational purposes only. It is not licensed financial advice. It is very important to do your own analysis before making any investment based on your own personal circumstances. You should take independent financial advice from a professional in connection with or independently research and verify any information that you hear from the Call of Freedom and wish to rely upon, whether for the purpose of making an investment decision or otherwise. I mean, come on, guys. Duh. It's a cryptocurrency investment and a political talk radio. Of course, it's opinions.
Hodl. Hodl.
You better hold on for dear life, because it's time for the Crypto Hour, brought to you by motionproject.org here on the Call to Freedom.
That's right. It's time for the Crypto Hour, brought to you by the Motion Project over at motionproject.org here on the Call to Freedom on LRN.FM. So we've got we've got quite a few stories that I've found. Some pretty good stuff here. We've let's see, where were we going to? Oh, that's right. That's where we were going to start. I forgot. You're going to get arrested in California sometime? Well, you'll be able to post your bail in Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash, it would seem. A California judge has ordered a hacker to pay their bail in crypto.
Ordered them to?
Ordered them to. A Serbian...
That's not much of a matter of can.
Right.
As much
must.
as it is a matter of must. Yeah.
A Serbian and Italian national has been ordered to pay bail in cryptocurrency while he faces charges that he hacked the computer network of a San Francisco game company.
Hey, at least he didn't assassinate any archdukes.
That's a little history joke. Most of you won't get it. I
get it.
I know you get it, but according to we have Trump.
I hope all of our audience gets it.
We have Trump fans, so according to a news release from the United States Attorney's Office, an FBI investigation found that an individual later alleged to be Martin Marsic had illegally breached the gaming firm's network, gaining access to around 25,000 accounts through which users could buy in-game items, as well as allegedly using stolen information to buy and sell in-game items. Masick also is accused of selling access to the accounts on dark dark market websites.
Hold on, what game are we talking about?
It doesn't say. In total,
It's got to be World of Warcraft.
in total, causing it's the San Francisco gaming company.
Blizzard. It's got to be Blizzard.
It says also accused of selling access, $324,000 in losses and damages to the company. The firm apparently closed the affected accounts after the intrusion was discovered. The accused made an initial appearance in federal court in San Francisco August the 9th after reportedly being arrested at a San Francisco International Airport while trying to board a flight back to Serbia.
To assassinate some archdukes.
At the hearing, Magistrate Judge Corley said that Marsic could be released to a halfway house on the condition that he hands over bail of cryptocurrency to the value of $750,000. According to a report from the Daily Post, Assistant District Attorney Abraham Simmons said that it was likely not the first time cryptocurrency had been allowed to be put up for bail, since judges can accept other assets, such as real estate. Simmons was quoted as saying, "It really is quite broad. The judge could order just about anything, and what the objective is to get the defendant to comply with an order to appear later." Marsic faces a maximum sentence of 5 years imprisonment and a maximum fine of $250,000. So they want him to.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but you don't get that money back if you do appear in court, right?
You do.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Minus minus the $250,000 if he's found guilty.
So you don't
basically,
get it back.
You don't get the money that you
they say you owe them.
Yeah.
Right.
And the 10% that goes to the bondsman. So $75,000 of it he doesn't get back.
Well, that's the point. The point isn't
the
to make sure.
bondsman gets that.
I mean, I'm sure
And then
they
the
would
other
prefer
two-
that
if-
he not appear.
If they find him guilty, they'll also keep the $250,000. There you go, though. There's your joke, though. Is the maximum?
I'm not making a joke.
The maximum that it could cost him in fines is $250,000. They want a $750,000 bond. They want triple the actual fines.
Or he can just sit in jail.
Tom, how does that square with the no unreasonable bonds thing in the Constitution? I mean, it seems like the hard limit on the amount of bond that could be set would, at minimum, be the maximum fine that could be prescribed if found guilty.
Oh, no, because it's two different measures. It's because bond doesn't
I'm
just take
applying
into
logic
account...
to something that is not logical. Is that what it is?
Excuse me, I had to sneeze. No, bond has different considerations because the purpose of bond is to make sure you show up for court, not to compensate your victims.
Right.
It's basically like if you're an extraordinarily rich person and you cause a small amount of harm, they're going to set your bond really, really high because it's going to take a lot of money to secure your appearing in court. If you're a very poor person and you cause a lot of damage, your bond is going to be lower because it should be lower anyway. That obviously doesn't happen the way that it should. But your bond should be lower if you're a poorer person because there are it's going to take less money to secure your appearing. Like
This is what we call justice these days, though, is extorting people for greater amounts of money than they could possibly be fined in order to make sure that they obey the state.
Lord have mercy. Sometimes it's extorting people for more money than they can possibly ever come up with. I was in jail for what basically was joyriding, but Florida had gotten rid of their joyriding law, so it was Grand Theft Auto. That someone else had already confessed to.
Right.
But I sat in jail for 4 months because they wanted my mom to put her $65,000 house up to get me out because my ID said that I lived in Tennessee. So they wanted $5,000 in cash and a $60,000 piece of property. Both. Or they wouldn't let me out. So I sat in jail for 126 days.
I mean,
for a crime I didn't commit, and they knew I didn't commit.
Well, how does this square with innocent until proven guilty then? Because I mean, it seems like you would have to be
Because
presumed
I'm
that you
still
would.
innocent.
Yeah, that's not what I'm getting at, though.
I'm still not
They're
guilty
effectively preemptively charging you with not appearing. I mean, it seems like they would have to legally assume that you would, in fact, appear until you've proven otherwise by not appearing. Right?
Tom, you're the lawyer.
I mean, they have to assume that you won't be guilty.
I understand what you're getting at, but the theory is that even though you have a right to have bond set, it's still a privilege to not have to sit in jail pending trial. So the alternative to paying your bond is you just sit there and wait.
Yeah,
and that's always an option for you.
See, that's that in itself is a problem.
That's not what I'm getting at.
Now you're okay. So I'm innocent, and I lose because sitting in jail, you lose. You'll lose.
I know.
You can lose your house.
I've been in jail.
You can literally lose everything that you have over 1 or 2 weeks in jail and be innocent.
Right.
Yeah.
So you're innocent, but you still will suffer for a crime that you did not commit. And the state's not going to compensate you for losing your home or any of those things.
No.
That's right. I mean, I'm not disputing any of that. It's just, this is one of those places where the justice system, in theory, does not play out the way that reality plays out in practice for those of us who live in it.
Statists gonna state, basically.
Oh.
I still don't. I don't want to call it a justice system. Let's just go ahead and call it a punitive system, or a punishment system.
I'm down with that.
Because it's about as far from justice as you can actually get. In fact, the perpetuation of it prohibits people from ever finding justice.
Amen to that.
Spoken as some.
We've all heard about blockchain assets like Dogecoin, Ether, and Ripple. Bitcoin isn't the only player in the blockchain game any longer. And for those of us wondering how to get our hands on these digital assets, finally, there's a solution. Shapeshift.io allows you to buy and sell between your digital assets and Bitcoin instantly between your own digital wallets. I've used it with ease. Shapeshift.io. There's no account or email address needed. You send them the crypto you want to sell. They send back the crypto you want to buy. It's that easy. Shapeshift.io.
Free Talk Live.
My father was a police officer most of my life. He went to prison for police brutality.
Oh,
and my father was the chief.
What was he like at home with you when you were growing up? Was he violent with you?
He never with me. He practically ignored me. Actually, I never really had a relationship with him, but extremely violent to my mother. He beat her up practically every day of my life.
Oh, my God.
He never touched me or my sisters or my brothers.
Did he have a drinking problem?
No, he's never drank alcohol in his
Wow,
entire
so
life.
violent without alcohol. Very interesting.
I lived in a very small town in West Virginia, and my sisters and I and my brothers, we could do whatever we wanted. There were no laws for us. I could drive as fast as I wanted.
You said that he abused your mother, beat her frequently. Did she ever leave him?
Yes, numerous times, but she couldn't do anything because there was no help for her. There were no police to call to help her. There was no help for her because my father was very well connected. He knew everybody in the state.
Free Talk Live, 7 nights a week from 7 to 10 Eastern, live on the Liberty Radio Network at LRN.FM. Now that you've found the Liberty Radio Network at LRN.FM, you may want to help expose others to our great programs. To assist you in doing so, you'll find resources at promote.lrn.fm, including details on how to get a free bumper sticker, quarter-page flyers you can print out and distribute, banners for your website, as well as files that will allow you to make your own custom banners and graphics. Visit promote.lrn.fm and help bring new listeners to the Liberty Radio Network. That's promote.lrn.fm.
When you hear the word lobbyist, you probably think about greedy corporations, but not all lobbyists are the same. Some are fighting for the freedoms you hold dear. Liberty Lobby LLC is doing just that in New Hampshire, working hard to represent you, not some special interest group. You can help by going to libertylobby.info, where your contribution will give us the tools we need to ensure that your voice is heard. Visit libertylobby.info today to find out more.
LRN.FM is proud to announce our official listening apps for Android and iOS devices. Now you can easily tune into our streams anywhere, anytime on your smartphone or tablet. Just visit apps.lrn.fm or search for LRN.FM in the Android or Apple app stores. Please download, rate us 5 stars, then share the link on your social media and let your friends and family know how you're listening to LRN.FM. Download it now, free at apps.lrn.fm.
Is spreading the message of liberty, cryptocurrency, and peace around the globe worth $2 per month to you? As you may already know, in addition to our internet feed, LRN.FM broadcasts on free-to-air satellite across North and Central America, as well as Sub-Saharan Africa. And we've been available on satellite for free 24/7 since 2010. The LRN.FM free-to-air satellite signal is reaching some of the most oppressive regimes in the world, and there's no doubt our ideas are making an impact. You can learn more about the channel's impact by watching the 3-minute video at fund.lrn.fm. If you'd like to help free minds globally with our ideas of liberty, cryptocurrency, and peace, you can donate as little as $2 per month via fund.lrn.fm. You can help us continue and expand our satellite broadcast to multiple continents. Visit fund.lrn.fm today, and thank you for your help. Don't forget to share the link on social media. That's fund.lrn.fm.
Do you love Twitter? Make sure you favorite the LRN.FM Twitter account so you can receive our tweets at twitter.lrn.fm. That's twitter.lrn.fm.
You're listening to The Call to Freedom on LRN.FM.
تستمتعون إلى برنامج نداء للحرية مباشرة على LRN.FM.
Very quiet. I'm hunting wabbits.
All right, welcome back here to the Call to Freedom here on LRN.FM, broadcasting live from our Zencast studio here on, this beautiful Friday afternoon on your drive home. We are, you heard Elmer Fudd, he's looking for wabbits. That means we've got a little FUD coming your way. This coming from the Bitcoinist Zappo president. The altcoin extinction.
I mean, that's fitting because yesterday we covered about how, according to the New York Times, Bitcoin was dead again.
Oh, Lord. All right, so this coming from the Wilma Wu. I love the name. Wilma Wu over at the Bitcoinist.
That's what she's peddling, all right.
Right. Zappo, X-A-P-O. Zappo president Ted Rogers suggested cryptocurrency markets could be facing a mass extinction event.
Oh, my dear Lord. They could not possibly fit more FUD into one headline if they tried. I'm going to put some effort into that this evening and see if I can generate a more FUD-filled headline. Because that is a lot of FUD to fit into so few words.
Oh, God.
They have an editor.
It's an extinction level event.
A mass extinction at that. Like, when the asteroids fell and wiped out the dinosaurs, it's that big and that serious.
Yeah, extinction level event shit.
Did it really?
Dumb
it did.
button.
It did. Man. Oh, well. That sucks.
I think you got it, though.
I did. It's 4. So, yeah, it's a 4. Anyway. Oh, well.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, because it was perfect.
It was.
It was so perfect. As soon as I read that, I was like, Busta Rhymes. Yeah. Extinction level event. Anyway, in Twitter comments on August the 13th.
Because that's a reliable source for news.
Right. Rogers said that current conditions may prove timely for a wipeout involving 90% of cryptocurrency assets listed on CoinMarketCap. Really?
I, too, like to do a bunch of crack before going on Twitter.
Right? I need that as like a From now on, every time somebody says something about altcoins, I got to have that queued up.
I mean, anyone who says the phrase altcoins likely doesn't really understand crypto.
Oh, he's a...
Bitcoin is the only real coin.
Bitcoin trading around 6,000 is an incredible opportunity to buy.
Well, it is that.
But that's
true whatever price it's at.
We could be in the midst of the extinction level event for crypto assets that many maximalists have predicted. 90+% of CoinMarketCap's list will disappear.
Now, to be fair, I'm one of those people who has, in fact, predicted that, we're going to see a mass collapse of cryptocurrencies because the market is
might as well happen
way
now.
Oversaturated. But we're nowhere near that point, man.
However, lower Bitcoin prices means an incredible opportunity to buy more Bitcoin. From Roger's Twitter, I'm looking at it here, says, we could be in the midst of an extinction level event for crypto assets that many maximalists have predicted. 90+% of CoinMarketCap's list will disappear eventually. Might as well happen now. Meantime, these
CoinMarketCap will disappear eventually.
For real.
The Earth will disappear eventually. Might as well happen now. Forget science, forget economics, forget logic and reason and facts and evidence. Let's just say it might as well happen now. Yeah, sure. What difference does it make whether or not, any of this is likely to happen anytime soon according to parameters as we understand them?
Right.
But no, I mean, it does again harken back to the video game crash of 1983, but I mean, then the market was oversaturated with huge amounts of low quality products, and we're nowhere near to that point yet. Most cryptocurrencies, by an overwhelming majority, are sound,
or at least better than cash.
But back in those days, yeah,
which isn't hard to do.
Back in those days, if you went to the store and buy a video game, the odds are that you were getting a good game was like 1 in 50. You can go to CoinMarketCap and buy any cryptocurrency you want. The odds are way better than 1 in 50. It's going to be more like 1 in 3, 1 in 4 that you're getting a decent cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
Not a scam. And by the time it's listed on CoinMarketCap, it's proven itself to not be a scam as far as I'm aware. So,
Well,
I mean, we're going to have a bunch more scam coins and crap coins before we get to that point.
Yeah. Well, let's see here. After Bitcoin and U.S. dollar hit, the Bitcoin to U.S. dollar trade partner hit recent highs of around 84.50 in late July, altcoin markets initially proved sluggish in repeating those gains as Bitcoin hit 65.14 and retreated back under 6,000 this week. Losses across the board proved significant. Ethereum trading at under $270 for the first time since last year.
Yeah.
24-hour losses at press time Tuesday were 15% for Ethereum, while assets such as IOTA and Tron lost over 20%. Bitcoin, however, was just down around 6% in the same period. Responding to Rogers, Civic CEO Vinny Lingham echoed the sentiment over altcoins, saying that despite not being a maximalist, he'd predicted the same about the future of the markets. And as you just said, Aria, you have done the same.
Yeah, but I provided a reason for it. Yeah. I didn't just go, hey guys, guess what? I think this is going to happen.
I love Bitcoin, so everybody else is going to die.
Yeah. That's exactly what they're doing. And we might as well shoot them now. See, all we need to do to respond to these people, I mean, you should do this right now, is pull up Twitter and just send them a picture of Elmer Fudd. I'm going to do that right now. What are their names?
Who?
These people tweeting this nonsense.
Vinny, about Bitcoin maximalism and Vinny Lingham.
Because I am going to send them a picture of Elmer Fudd with absolutely no comment, just Elmer Fudd.
Right.
They're not gonna get the joke.
I don't care.
And that makes it even funnier.
Yeah. No, you need to do it, Tom. Do it from the official Call to Freedom.
Yeah, I don't have access to that on my phone, Tom. You have to do it. We will get it. The audience will get it, and they will look stupid to our audience. Right. And that is all that matters, man.
Oh God!
Let me know when you've done it, Tom, because I want to retweet them.
All right. Well, when we get back here, we're gonna continue on. We're gonna beat up on Ripple because Ripple sucks.
Awesome.
We'll be back with that.
Send them FUD too.
Send them a picture of the IRS.
I've been told no in many different ways.
I give you an order and you're going to obey it.
Who told you to go this way?
You can't do that and you have to leave here.
You cannot bring signs into the rally.
Walk with me. Well, I'm comfortable here, actually. Whoa. Hey. Who do you think you are? Excuse me.
There is no video or audio allowed in this office.
No, I have work today.
You ain't gonna make it.
Wait a minute.
Hey! Oh my God! Unbelievable!
Why are you running from me? Because you're scared me. What am I being detained for?
You're being served.
What is this?
You're being served.
What is this? Bureaucrats have a funny way of telling people no.
That's the sound of the men working on the chain.
Derek J's Victimless Crime Spree. Watch it for free and order the Director's Cut DVD at victimlesscrimespree.com. Are you a cryptocurrency advocate? The Crypto Tip is the ideal outreach tool to help new people discover cryptocurrency. It's a printable business card-sized tip that you can give to service providers, preferably in addition to a good cash tip. When the server scans the QR code, it'll bring up an explanation of cryptocurrency, how to install a wallet, and allow them to claim the tip. If they don't claim the crypto, you get your tip refunded to you after a time period you specify. Plus, if they do claim the tip, you get an email alert. Create as many tips as you want at cryptotip.org. That's cryptotip.org.
Free Press Publications is an independent, alternative media and publishing company founded in June 2009 with the mission of ensuring a free press for the freedom movement and is committed to spreading the message of peace, freedom, love, and liberty. FPP also gives new authors an avenue for publishing freedom-oriented material. FPP brings you daily news and commentary on the website fpp.cc, as well as a daily 5-minute newscast, FPP Radio News, and weekly news, views, and commentary in the FPP Freedom Minute and Peace, Love, Liberty Radio at fppradio.com, and the monthly newspaper FPP News at news.fpp.cc. Find FPP online at fpp.cc. That's fpp.cc, as in Creative Commons.
There are lots of ways to listen to Free Talk Live. Our podcast has been around since podcasts began, and now the FTL feed is loaded with content besides our full show archives. Did you know that we make it easy for you to customize your podcast subscriptions? We have different feeds, one that includes only our full shows, one with just the Daily Digest, and one with just the Edgington Post. You decide what you listen to. It's quick and easy to customize your feeds at feeds.freetalklive.com. That's feeds.freetalklive.com. On Free Talk Live, we're bringing people to the ideas of liberty every day. From wrestling superstars like Glenn Jacobs.
You guys really are having an impact, I believe. Like I said, a lot of where I am now is due to listening to Free Talk Live. You changed my mind on some very important issues years ago.
To random people tuning in on the radio.
I was kind of stuck in the left-right paradigm. I heard your show by chance on a Saturday night. From there, I went on, joined the Free State Project, and become an amplifier. So, I mean, that's really the reason why I amp is because I know that if it wasn't for you guys being on as many stations as you are, I never would have found the ideas of liberty.
Your amp will directly change more lives by getting Free Talk Live in front of people looking for talk radio online and on the air. When you amp Free Talk Live, you get perks like access to the AMP-only Facebook group and AMP podcast. Visit amp.freetalklive.com.
You can put the Liberty Radio Network on the air in your area. Visit broadcast.lrn.fm to learn how. Broadcast.lrn.fm.
You are listening to the Call to Freedom on LRN.FM. आप सुन रहे हैं स्वतंत्रता की पुकार सिर्फ और सिर्फ LRN.FM पे।
Missy said them a pose up. I know for them a pose up. Tell the people. Them a pose up. No for them a pose poser. Yes, them a poser. Many of them a poser. Music composer, have no composure. Poser boy. Missy said them a poser. Enough of them a poser. Yes, them a poser. Many of them a poser. Music composer, have no composure.
All right. Welcome back here to the Call to Freedom here on LRN.FM. We're in the middle of our crypto hour here on the Call to Freedom.
Then what are we doing about to discuss Ripple?
Right? Because they're posers. That's right.
Snap.
Posers.
But they're not crypto.
No, they're not crypto. And you know what?
So this is the poser segment of the crypto hour.
Right. This is, well, we're not the only ones that think that Ripple is full of Ripple.
Full of the states, Richard.
Right. Ripple.
I mean, they have Bill Clinton coming to speak at their thing, man. I mean, that's all that needs to be said about Ripple and their demeanor.
Ripple isn't really blockchain. Ethereum co-founder downplays XRP. Consensus founder and Ethereum co-founder Joseph Lubin told mainstream media Ripple isn't blockchain technology, confirming it isn't a competitor for Ethereum. Speaking to Bloomberg about the current state of the cryptocurrency market and Ethereum development, Lubin delivered an interesting take on two of the biggest industry names. Asked about what would happen if other products which trade speed or decentralization for security gain favor in the mid to long term, Lubin appeared unfazed. Ripple isn't really blockchain. It's sort of a payment system, kinda, so I don't really consider that any kind of competitor, he told Bloomberg. Continuing on EOS, he described the project as, quote, a slightly decentralized approach to building a blockchain system.
Well, he's got some things wrong. Ripple is blockchain. It's literally blockchain technology. That's how it functions. It's not cryptocurrency.
No.
But as an idea, as an
ideologically,
concept,
it's totally not part of what crypto was created to do anything, to exist for.
But nothing about blockchain in and of itself requires decentralization either. There's absolutely nothing inherent in blockchain preventing one company from
going and sucking the bankers. Going and cuddling up with the cartels.
Controlling the flow and long-term development of the blockchain and how it evolves over time and what transactions are added to it. Essentially, one company controlling all of the miners.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not inherently anti-blockchain. I mean, blockchain facilitates it in the same way that it would if a company controlled a spreadsheet document. But all of this, it does, in fact, prevent them from being what we consider ideologically to be cryptocurrency.
Yeah. Let's see here.
Not that I'm defending Ripple. But speaking of FUD,
Lubin qualified the term slightly by referring to EOS's decision on decision-making apparatus consisting of, as he put it, 21 people who know each other. EOS is an interesting technology, but it's incredibly dangerous to treat it as a layer 1 technology, he continued, disagreeing. His perspective was, quote, geek speak for the death of EOS. Ripple agrees. While both Ripple and EOS have faced their fair share of criticism in recent months, it is Ripple which has produced a hazy narrative about its true USP, even from its own executives.
Well, plus this guy produced the cesspool that is Ethereum. So take what he says with a grain of salt.
As was previously reported, chief cryptographer David Schwartz described the network as not a distributed ledger, in words which echo Lubin, while also voicing doubts about uptake of the technology from its target market, the banking sector. Shortly prior, CEO Brad Garlinghouse appeared to contradict his perspective, proclaiming dozens of banks would use Ripple. For Ethereum, meanwhile, Lubin had only praise. Developer activity in the ecosystem over the past 10 months has expanded by 2 orders of magnitude, despite price declines.
As have scams, and
we feel the exponential activity increase in our ecosystem is overwhelming what's going on. And we've actually, looky there. We've got, I'm not what? No, that's okay.
Some video.
It's like 11 minutes long. I don't care what he has to say that much.
Well, I mean, back to what this guy is saying, I think it's interesting that he, one of the co-founders of Ethereum, doesn't seem to understand the difference between a distributed ledger and blockchain technology. Blockchain technology is a technology that facilitates the creation and usage of a distributed ledger, but that's only one such usage of blockchain technology. It's far more flexible. It's far more robust. That's why it's so groundbreaking. To limit it to just being about distributed ledgers is an insult to the technology itself, to the brilliance of Satoshi. Because I mean, he solved a number of long-standing problems that he worked around a number of long-standing problems that other people hadn't been able to work around. And to just go, blockchain is distributed ledger technology is. It's like saying that the combustion engine is just something that we use to get around. I mean, or that the internet is just something we use to post cat videos. It is. I mean, and that is something that it's used for in great capacity. It may even be its primary purpose these days, but it's far more groundbreaking than that. It's much, much bigger than that tiny little picture would convey. Yeah. And that's equally true of blockchain. To say, it's just a distributed ledger.
No, it's way more than just distributed ledger.
Yeah. So, I mean, Ripple doesn't have to have a distributed ledger in order to use blockchain technology. That's why banks are using it for non-crypto related purposes. That's why oil companies are using it for non-crypto related purposes. Because it's revolutionary ideas, or a revolutionary idea, I should say.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
one of the most revolutionary ideas in the last 100 years.
Yeah,
computers.
I mean, the Byzantine fault complex, which was worked around, not solved, and 51% attacks proved to us that it wasn't solved. I mean, that's existed since the time of the Byzantine Empire. I mean, it's a long-standing problem, and
yes.
And some random anonymous person whose identity we still don't know said, "Hey, I got a solution. Oh, I got a way around that problem."
Yeah. Well, now you've got Zencash claiming that they're very close to a solution to the 51% attack problem as well.
Really?
Yes.
We should cover that.
We will when they finally give me something solid that says yes. We fixed the problem. I will. They know they have a platform here. Which they still haven't used. I don't understand why do companies give us their money and then they never come on the show?
Maybe we should hound them more?
Why should you if I gave you...
Yeah, but we want them to give us money again.
Yeah, if I gave you a lot of money and you were like, so you give this money and and a part of that is this access. Every time anything happened, I would be on the air. Promoting it.
Yeah, they'd be sick of me.
For real.
They'd be like, we do not need you again this week. But you do because this thing happened.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll be back right after this.
Are you sick of government lackeys who say you didn't build that? Are you tired of elitists who think you need a government permission slip for everything? Everything you do is an A to B conversation, and the government should see their way out of it. Create true free markets by adopting the BIPCOT No Government License. The BIPCOT NoGov license allows use or modification of any product, service, or software except by governments or government agents. Go to BIPCOT.org. That's Bravo, India, Papa, Charlie, Oscar, Tango.org.
The Free State Project has reached its goal of 20,000 liberty lovers who've pledged to move to New Hampshire and get active to achieve liberty in our lifetime. Perhaps you're trying to figure out what part of New Hampshire should be your destination. If so, consider Keene. You'll find more than 150 reasons to move to Keene at move.freekeene.com. Keene is famous for its historic, publicity-generating activism, as well as being the liberty media capital of the world. It's home to freekeene.com, New Hampshire's destination for liberty activism, news, and opinion. For years, we've been compiling over 150 reasons to move to Keene at move.freekeene.com, where you'll learn about some of what's happening here and what makes Keene a great place to live. If you love liberty, you'll probably enjoy anywhere you end up in the Shire. But do your due diligence first. Please visit move.freekeene.com for the full list of over 150 reasons to move to Keene. That's move.freekeene.com. LRN.FM now has a Discord. Discord is a free text and voice chat platform, and we now have our own server with a bunch of channels at discord.lrn.fm. You can join other listeners as they chat about various things during our live shows, or anytime, day or night. Discord software is available cross-platform, so you can have it on whatever device you want and take your chats anywhere. Join our Discord at discord.lrn.fm. That's discord.lrn.fm.
Radio is the most personal of mediums. I exist right now in your head. If you listen to Free Talk Live regularly, you know me. Free Talk Live is on more than 160 radio stations around the U.S. and has been downloaded on every continent around the world. Hundreds of thousands of listeners with ad packages from $600 a month to $6,000 a month. Imagine what we can do for your business, project, website, or idea. Email me, mark@freetalklive.com.
Did you know you can get news updates about what's happening with the Liberty Radio Network delivered in the way you prefer? You can sign up for our email updates at updates.lrn.fm. Plus, you can stay in the loop by joining our Facebook profile at facebook.lrn.fm or follow us at Twitter at twitter.lrn.fm. It's all free, so sign up now at updates.lrn.fm for news updates delivered to your email box, facebook.lrn.fm to follow our Facebook page, and twitter.lrn.fm to receive our tweets.
This is Michael Dean from the Freedom Fiends. I've run websites since 1996 and have used over a dozen web hosts in that time. AgristHosting.com is the only one that hasn't broken my heart. Agrist Hosting's uptime and service is stellar, and their DDoS mitigation is the best I've seen. That's important because if you tell the truth in this world, you'll ruffle feathers. And some people will try dirty tricks to silence your voice. No matter what the haters hit us with, Agrist Hosting keeps our websites online. If you have a mission-critical commercial presence or a world-changing activism site, you cannot tolerate any skullduggery. So go with agristhosting.com. Have a WordPress or blog site, but you're not satisfied with performance or uptime? Or just want raw hosting? Want to pay with Bitcoin? Agrist Hosting specializes in high-performance hosting with personalized service. Go to agristhosting.com and click on the button that says Get Hosted. That's agristhosting.com.
Help get LRN.FM into more ears. Visit promote.lrn.fm for a free bumper sticker, flyers, banners, graphics, and more. Promote.lrn.fm.
You are listening to the Call to Freedom on LRN.fm. Unasikiliza wito wa uhuru katika LRN.fm.
Hey, everybody. My name is Carlos Matos, and I am coming from New York City, New York. Let me tell you guys that I am so excited. I am so happy. I am really so thrilled to be right now sharing this amazing, glorious, super, and exciting moment of my life with all of you guys. And let me tell you that we are really changing the world as we know it. The world is not anymore the way it used to be. No. Be
All right, welcome back here to the Call to Freedom here on LRN.FM. You hear Carlos Matos, so somebody's probably getting scammed. One of these days we're going to get sued for that.
Tom, I don't think so, right?
Tom, can I get sued for playing Carlos Matos every time we talk about scams?
You can get sued, but I don't think he could win.
Will you defend us in court if we get sued for that?
Not if you pay me in motion.
Shut up! Oh my God!
But what about Bitcoin Gold?
It'd be a lot of Bitcoin Gold.
Could we pay you in Ripple? Or BitConnect stock?
Yeah, there we go.
I assume BitConnect stock is what I'm going to have to execute against if we get a judgment. Well, yes, we can pay your big court judgment. You come right over here and have these BitConnect stock. No.
Oh my God. So, says here, waiting game, 60% of top cryptos have no working product.
I really wish you'd waited until we were on the air to read that the first time, because the first time he read that, I burst into like genuine hardcore laughter for a solid 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Because that number, it's exactly what I would expect, but it's still just staggering.
Around 40 of the top 100 cryptocurrency tokens by market cap support a working product, which is, quote, active and available to the public, according to a new research this week. Promises. The results of the investigations by cryptocurrency education resource Invest in Blockchain conclude that a multitude of projects that launched coins in recent times often remain on the drawing board regarding real-world use cases.
You know, technically that includes motion.
You got to push the button all the way down for it to mute you if you're trying to mute. It wasn't. And they do have a working product. It's called Sadaka.io.
True.
That is true. See?
Sadaka.io has a working product. But,
the idea behind our existence is a working product because they're crowdfunding, using the nodes to pay for charity, and we're the first.
Well, Motion Project has the idea of, having, these projects that are put online like GoFundMe and that are voted on and that receive funding that way. The Sadaka.io projects were not funded that way.
No. They just went in and said, hey, we want to put this on our blockchain. You guys send some money. And they said, okay, cool. And the development team and
I guess that counts.
Yeah, their development team and their...
And I have full faith that they will deliver on the project because I've met the people and I've seen them. Well, I haven't met them in person, but I have seen their hard work in action.
Yeah.
So, I mean, no disrespect meant to them. I'm just pointing out that technically their project has not launched.
Well, they're also not even a year old. True. Most of these are mostly project. If you're top 100, you've been around for a little while.
Oh, yeah.
And
I mean, Blackcoin isn't even top 100.
Motion was launched in April, I think. The Motion project was originally launched, I believe, in April. So, April to August.
How many of these 60% of cryptocurrencies that don't have a non-working project are Ethereum tokens?
Right.
Because I would bet that number is at least 50% of them.
Says here, we evaluated each project's status, looked at its roadmap, checked its release history, and compared completed features to what the team promises to deliver in the future. The research's author, John Bardinelli and Daniel Frumkin, explained, what a name for an article like this, Frumkin. The findings broadly reflect common criticism of the altcoin space, with various commentators cautioning over investing in tokens based on issuers' promises and plans. Last month, the report...
Why does that need to be said?
I did that with Verge and totally lost my hat.
I did it because Verge was recommended to me.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I lost my hat and my father-in-law's hat. So last month, a report from the University of Pennsylvania Law School produced unflattering conclusions about many ICO projects, with researchers claiming they often failed to provide basic protections for investors or to fulfill white paper promises.
Welcome to Crypto Check circa November 2017.
Right.
I'm glad you guys caught up.
Right. Further no confidence votes have come from BTCC CEO Bobby Lee, BitTorrent creator Bram Cohen, and others. From Bardinelli and Frumkin, the picture also remains murky regarding delivery on promises. taking the majority of the top 100 cryptocurrencies in turn. They describe Ripple, for example, as having a completely unnecessary token. I love it. And
Ripple
Litecoin
itself is completely unnecessary.
Yeah, and Litecoin as a cryptocurrency which, quote, does not really expand upon the functionality of Bitcoin in a significant way so much as it makes different trade-offs. Other assets,
well, that's
one
not entirely
favor.
true. Litecoin serves as a live test network for changes being made to Bitcoin before
Right.
they're made to Bitcoin.
Right, basically.
I mean, Litecoin adopted SegWit before Bitcoin. It adopted something else before Bitcoin. I mean, that's what it does. That's what it exists for.
Other assets won favor, however, including privacy-focused altcoins like Monero and Zcash. Not all assets appeared on the list, with the authors adding a proviso. There are many projects in the top 100 that have launched their main net and can claim to have a working product by a loose definition. However, we've chosen not to include projects which aren't really being used by any significant measure, which means that most of the recently launched main nets will not meet our criteria. That's Motion Project.
Yeah, so what they're essentially saying is that, having a working product isn't enough if people aren't using that product.
Exactly.
And I would tend to agree because they're in the top 100, and that means people own the tokens. But people are owning the tokens not to use the product, but because they see it as an investment, and they're hoping to cash out. That's the only reason a utility token or something along the lines of Motion Coins would be in the top 100, but not being used, because that's what they're designed to do. They're designed to be used to facilitate other transactions and things of that nature. So the only way they could get into the top 100 and have a main net that's hardly used would be because they're hodling, and attempting to wait so that they can cash out at a later date, which is a good reason not to count those utility tokens. I would agree with them entirely.
Wow. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the story that the story that didn't make it into the show today. Bitcoin showing more utility than gold. Lower more transaction volume.
Who was that lunatic that said Bitcoin had no utility?
Yeah.
Because we read that on the show not too long ago.
Yeah. Despite sluggish prices.
No, it was the idiots at OpenNode. That's who it was. No, they said Bitcoin had utility.
It was the only coin with utility.
Yeah.
Nothing else has utility.
I guess there was no idiot. He was just someone
No,
I
it was.
imagined.
It was one of the bankers that we talked about a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
It's like, Bitcoin has no utility. Despite the sluggish price, the world's most popular cryptocurrency has been settling more transaction volume than gold since the second quarter of 2017.
That's impressive.
Bitcoin has been clearing more transaction volume than global gold markets since early 2017. Bitcoin on pace to process 1.1 trillion transactions so far in 2018. Gold on pace to process 0.4 trillion in 2018.
So it's nearly 3 times as used.
Yes.
As gold.
That's right.
That is an important milestone.
A very important milestone. Well, when we get back here, it will be time for our third hour of the Call to Freedom here on LRN.FM. Stick around. We got lots more to cover when we get back.
Is spreading the message of liberty, cryptocurrency, and peace around the globe worth $2 per month to you? As you may already know, in addition to our internet feed, LRN.FM broadcasts on free-to-air satellite across North and Central America, as well as Sub-Saharan Africa. And we've been available on satellite for free 24/7 since 2010. The LRN.FM free-to-air satellite signal is reaching some of the most oppressive regimes in the world, and there's no doubt our ideas are making an impact. You can learn more about the channel's impact by watching the 3-minute video at fund.lrn.fm. If you'd like to help free minds globally with our ideas of liberty, cryptocurrency, and peace, you can donate as little as $2 per month via fund.lrn.fm. You can help us continue and expand our satellite broadcast to multiple continents. Visit fund.lrn.fm today, and thank you for your help. Don't forget to share the link on social media. That's fund.lrn.fm.
Imagine someone in your community getting in their car, turning on the radio, and hearing the Liberty Radio Network. You can make that vision a reality with your own micro radio station. Visit broadcast.lrn.fm to learn how you can put our programs on the air in your area. You can have LRN.FM running around the clock, and you can even add in your own local shows. Building a radio station is simple, but programming isn't. That's where LRN.FM comes in. Learn more at broadcast.lrn.fm. That's broadcast.lrn.fm.
This Your Family Today tip is brought to you by Juicy Juice, 100% juice, providing a full serving of fruit in every 4 ounces. Visit us at juicyjuice.com. When it comes to nutrition, kids need both fruits and vegetables every day to stay healthy and grow. For the ideal mix, your kid should have at least 1.5 cups of any veggie or 100% veggie juice, and 1 cup of any fruit or 100% fruit juice a day. For more tips like these, visit us at parenthood.com/yourfamilytoday.
More of the Call to Freedom is coming up next, live after the news on the Liberty Radio Network at LRN.FM.
From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Friday, August 17th, 2018. Silver is trading at $14.70 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,180 per ounce. Zen Cash is trading at $70, and the average price of Bitcoin is $6,505. Antiwar.com reports Congress has the power to set the foreign aid budget, but the Trump administration may not be planning on letting them keep it, with officials reporting that they are planning a rescission package to cut money out of the aid budget. The theory is that the administration could cut some of the money appropriated by Congress but not yet spent. The goal is to eliminate about $3.5 billion, including $200 million in frozen Syria aid and an unspecified amount of aid to the Palestinians. Senate leadership in both parties is loudly opposing this, complaining it would be a blow to both the State Department and U.S. aid. Senator Bob Corker said he's considering blocking the move, though despite being the Foreign Relations Committee chairman, he's not clear if there's a way to do that legally. President Trump wanted the cuts to foreign aid included in the budget originally, but Congress refused to do so. The Office of Management and Budget appears to believe that those cuts can still be made to happen. You can support FPP Radio by joining the Fans program. Fans are friends, allies, and numerous supporters. Fans help FPP afford to produce more original content. You can join the Fans program for as little as $1 per month through Patreon and get perks like ad-free versions of FPP Radio News and Peace, Love, Liberty Radio. To learn more or to join the Fans program, visit fans.fppradio.com. That's fans.fppradio.com. UPI reports at least 1,400 Google employees signed a letter to company leadership demanding more transparency over a project the tech giant is working on that would be accepted by the Chinese government. The project is a search engine designed to comply with the Chinese government censorship laws, and Google employees said they need more information about the project to determine whether it raises any urgent moral and ethical issues. The employees said in the letter, "Currently, we do not have the information required to make ethically informed decisions about our work, our projects, and our employment." In 2010, Google removed its search engine from the Chinese web over censorship, but in 2016, Google began developing a new search engine codenamed Dragonfly to be more compliant with Chinese government demands. The Google employees stated in their letter that the decision to build Dragonfly was made in secret and progressed even with the artificial intelligence principles in place. It makes clear that the principles alone are not enough. We urgently need more transparency, a seat at the table, and a commitment to clear and open processes. Google employees need to know what we're building. Although Google appears to be working on a search engine designed to comply with Chinese government censors, it's not yet clear if officials would accept it. In audio of a meeting with employees that was obtained by the New York Times, Google CEO Sundar Pichai said the company was not close to launching a search product in China. Born into a devastating world and raised among the crowd, the Cloudwalker assumes a new identity and begins the unrelenting quest for truth. In this epic journey, he discovers dark secrets about aspects of his previous life that he once trusted. Through the Journal of the Cloudwalker, he shares both the traumatic hardships and the eternal beauties of his experiences. Fueled in the beginning by his unsettling thoughts and emotions, he learns how to find peace with everything he has woken up to. Dear Society by the Cloudwalker is available from Amazon.com and all major bookstores. Reuters reports U.S. Attorney General Jeff Sessions on Thursday sought to speed up the deportation of undocumented immigrants, telling immigration judges they should only postpone cases in removal proceedings for good cause shown. Sessions, in an interim order that was criticized by some lawyers, said the good cause standard limits the discretion of immigration judges and prohibits them from granting continuances for any reason or no reason at all. Unlike the federal judiciary system, U.S. immigration courts fall under the Department of Justice, and the Attorney General can intervene. Sessions has been unusually active in his practice compared to his predecessors. Sessions has led efforts by the Trump administration to crack down on undocumented immigration, including a zero-tolerance policy that separated immigrant parents from their children while they were in U.S. detention. Trump abandoned the separation policy in June under political pressure. Sessions said on Thursday, critical in showing good cause is whether a person is likely to succeed in efforts to remain in the United States, either by appealing for asylum or receiving some form of visa or work permit. Stephen King, an attorney for the ACLU Immigrants' Rights Project, described Sessions' order as troubling and one of a series that has moved in the direction of restricting due process rights for individuals who are in removal proceedings. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.
Following reports that local full-blown alcoholic Ken Matheson has such great friends that let him drink himself to death right before their eyes, the 32-year-old man spoke to reporters during a typical evening of binging with his closest friends.
Man, these guys are like brothers to me. I don't know what I'd do without them.
The chemically dependent man, who can reportedly always count on his friends to look the other way, facilitate belligerent behavior, and encourage his self-destructive impulses, informed reporters that the members of his tight-knit circle are, quote, the best buddies a guy could ask for.
Can you just shut the f*** up? Seriously. Just shut the f*** up. I lost them. Back down. Keep going. What the f*** are you looking at? I love you, man. I love you.
Check this week's Onion Review for further developments.
I love you. Oh, God, I love everybody.
This is the Onion News Network.
You are listening to the Call to Freedom live on LRN.FM. تستمعون إلى نداء للحرية مباشرة على LRN.FM.
The next 2 days off, how's that?
Do that again. You are so stupid.
That's right.
They're all gonna laugh at you.
That's right. There is nothing wrong with your radio. That's right.
This is crazy. What's going on here? I don't know. It's loud.
$100 smoking my billfold. I know I ought to save it, but it's burning a hole right through my pocket and into my skin. Come Monday morning, I'll be broke again. It's finally Friday, I'm free again. I got my motor running for a wild weekend. It's finally Friday, I'm out of control. Forget the working blues and let the good time roll.
All we want to do is pop you up.
I got a little sugar baby down the road. She's sitting on a radio and rocking on gold. We'll dance up a storm and later on tonight we'll be working on doing all the wrong things right.
That's right.
It's finally Friday, free again. I got my motor running for a wild weekend. It's finally Friday, I'm out of control. Forget the working blues and let the good times roll.
I'll be back.
Oh, that's wonderful.
You're naked, is that okay? Stop that. You go blind.
It's flat, but it stretches.
It's huge. Holy poothy fitapelli.
You're in big trouble, Mr.
I'll be hurting with my head in a vice. Tuesday I'll be wondering if I'll ever survive. Wednesday and a Thursday I'll be slowly tuning in. Friday I'll be living
Get a belly.
That's right. That's right.
Woo! That's right. Friday afternoon here on the Call to Freedom, here on LRN.FM. It's the last hour. It's 6 o'clock. Everybody's heading home from work, hopefully. Have a nice weekend. We got Aria DeMezzo sitting across the table from me right now, along with, we got Mr. Tom Gray joining us live via remote. And it is, it's a Friday.
It has been a busy week.
It has been a very, very...
I'm waiting for it.
Very busy week.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
So are the days of our lives.
Oh my God, so much drama. So much drama this week.
I don't even know where to start.
Much drama this week.
Props to dramatarians, though. Ask and you shall receive, as they say.
Right.
I posted to their page about how disappointed I was that they had said nothing about one of the topics of today's drama. And they finally did today, in fact. I assume it's because on Fridays we do libertarian drama.
Yeah,
so
right?
They wanted to get it in there because they know we use their content on the show.
Yeah. Well, we want them to come. We've been trying to get them to come on the show, be part of the show.
Yeah, but they're so mysterious. Whoever it is running that page, I don't even know who they are.
Yeah. Well,
but they're awesome.
Do we want to save the best one for last?
Which one's the best one?
Oh, you know which one's the best one.
I mean, they're all fantastic.
All right, well, okay, so Tom, you've got one, right?
Not one nearly as good as what you've got. Come
okay,
on now,
so
come
mine's
on.
last.
We have competing drama this week.
Mine is last because it's the best.
Mine is the longest running so far. Well, no, yours technically is, Will.
I thought mine was pretty good, but
go for it, Tom.
Come on, Tom.
No.
We have to get through these, man.
Yeah, it's just there's so much to get through this week.
No, I mean, like all I've got is just the Purge, and maybe the Purge that never was, and the spattery back and forth between Matt Keenel and Mike Shipley and all the lib socks and Karen Ann Harlos.
I'm loving it though.
With the amazing meme that's like, I want to be radical. I dyed my hair pink. Is this radical enough? Now I've got a Liberty hat, Statue of Liberty hat on. How about now? Am I a radical now?
No,
you're not a radical if you're trying to like purge people from. By the way, your little tiny minority political party. I'm sorry, LP, but first of all, this stupid resolution. If it was such an urgent matter that you just had to get rid of the libertarian socialists like right now, right in the middle of the 2018 midterms, why couldn't you have done it a month and a half ago at the real LNC? Instead,
because she was running for re-election then. I mean, that's what people like her do.
Wait till after your re-election campaign to purge all the undesirables. That doesn't sound like a playbook of anybody named Adolf.
But she has a Statue of Liberty hat, Tom.
I thought you had
and milquetoast red hair.
I thought you had a resolution, Tom, that was passed by the Macomb. Oh, that was you?
That was me.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah, that's
Aria.
You got to go to Aria for the good
okay,
stuff.
Yeah. Aria's next then.
All right.
Go.
Well, no, Tom.
We got to finish Tom's first.
Yeah, carry it on, Tom. I got to pull it up anyway.
Okay, so yeah, Karen Ann Harlos, among other members of the, of the LNC, have decided they want to purge libertarian socialists from the party, which is funny. And this has somehow given Matt Keenel, who actually can't meme very well at all, the opportunity to meme. And here's one. It's that.
It's the only one I've seen him do that's actually funny. It's like, the left can't meme. Well, the sun does shine on a dog's ass every once in a while.
Oh, then you got this one that's like, the meme of the guy looking at the butterfly. The "is this" meme.
Yeah.
Like,
is this Nazism? That's
the guy.
Literally
the guy
anything you say on Facebook.
The guy.
I made that one.
The guy is labeled as libertarian purgers. The butterfly is named as 12 libertarian socialists, and the caption is this an existential threat to liberty?
Right?
Well, it's two libertarian
It's
socialists.
two guys!
Yeah,
two
it's
people!
two guys.
Two people! And
let's-
and maybe James Weeks. You might be able to throw James Weeks in there, but he's not even
He's an
real libertarian
egoist,
socialist.
Stephen. Yeah, he's an egoist. All right, so here, Snarky Mark is always great. Recently there was a motion put forward by the LNC to purge. It's not a purge. I mean, reaffirm the Libertarian Party view on property rights. Sort of like renewing your wedding vows 2 months after getting married because you saw Boo looking at somebody else's butt. Critics, however, were not amused and believe that this is an attempt to purge. It's not a purge. Members of the Libertarian Socialist Caucus, because they quote from Murray Rothbard on property rights and try to seize the memes of production. Joke's on them. I seized their meme. How about that one, huh, Matt Keenel? While proponents say it's not a purge. Well, the resolution, it's not a purge, was co-sponsored by Karen Ann Harlos, Justin O'Donnell, Joshua Smith, Richard Teitgen, and Stephen Nachalia.
I'm disappointed, Justin. I know you listen to the show occasionally. I'm
Discussion of the
disappointed,
resolution was almost as entertaining as reading the Dramatarian Dispatch, but not really. Friends, Romans, and LNC members, we should not give to tyranny and communism. We should be proud to reaffirm our views on property rights, which, by the way, are totally opposite of the Lockean type that those dirty commies believe and could choose to practice in their anarchotopia. Pfft, losers.
How dare they desire to implement a different voluntary system of property than I do? That's totally not acceptable.
What do you shop for that you could otherwise buy at Amazon? Pretty much everything, right? Amazon has competitive pricing and they deliver, and that's a big plus. If you could plan ahead in your shopping, would you be interested in saving up to 33%? There's a catch. You have to do your shopping in Bitcoin. But imagine those savings. It's like a huge raise. All you have to do is go to saveitpurse.com. We've saved thousands, and you can too. Plan ahead and save. Saveitpurse.com.
Saying that he has no idea what to make of the mixed signals, area man Pete Summers told reporters today he keeps getting ambiguous text messages from local woman Haley Mueller, claiming that she's not at all interested in him.
One minute she's like, I don't want to go out with you. And then she'll mention how she has to go hang out with her boyfriend. I mean, what am I supposed to do with that?
Summers, who first met Mueller at a friend's party last month, informed reporters that the 27-year-old's increasingly perplexing text messages have left him unable to ascertain whether or not she would want to date him. He also noted that Mueller's behavior at social gatherings was equally vague.
Last weekend, we were at a party, and every time I would go up to her, she just said, "Leave me alone." Then I text her the next day, and she totally doesn't even respond. I mean, she just needs to make up her mind and tell me what she wants. She hasn't answered my last 3 phone calls, so maybe I should go over there and make sure everything's okay.
This is the Onion News Network.
The 3 most important things you can do for LRN.FM are: 1. Let your friends know you're listening to LRN.FM on your social networking profile. 2. Buy the things you buy online through shop.LRN.FM. 3. Give $5 a month to the AMP program at amp.lrn.fm. It's my firm belief that the AMP program is the best use of your charitable dollar among liberty-oriented groups. Support all your favorite organizations, but make sure you give $5 a month to the AMP program at amp.lrn.fm.
Looking for a great real estate investment? Consider New Hampshire, which is ground zero for the Liberty Movement. Your first call should be to Mark Worden from Porcupine Real Estate. He's more than just a real estate agent. He's your New Hampshire concierge. Where are the best places to live? Do you want farm, city, the burbs, or forest? Do you want a duplex or multifamily building so that renters pay your mortgage? There are homes in all price ranges in New Hampshire, and Mark can help with financing too. Invest in liberty and property. Mark Worden can help.
PorcupineRealEstate.com.
Did you know we've taken our LRN.FM telephone listen line to a new level with the LRN.FM audio on demand line? Now you can call 712-770-8447 anytime and listen to LRN.FM's live feed. And you can listen to a bunch of our original shows on demand. Long distance fees may apply. Just dial 712-770-8447 and choose from the menu. 712-770-8447.
Since time began, tyrants have taken aim at personal liberties. Now there's a movie that aims back.
The government has no more right to tell us what to put in our bodies than they have to take our guns or tell us what books we can read.
6 drug police were eaten by bears while raiding a marijuana farm.
On your knees, you dirty hippies! Jesus. On your knees! What's the problem, officer?
Today, many cops who enforce pot laws do so only because it provides them with cushy jobs, good benefits, and a chance to push people around.
I was an undercover narcotics officer. The drug war is nothing but a farce.
The Second Amendment says you gotta keep you and your gat intact.
Guns and Weed, The Road to Freedom. A film by Michael W. Dean and Nima Vadadi.
DVD available now at gunsandweed.com or on Amazon. That's gunsandweed.com. Makes the perfect gift. Remember, that's gunsandweed.com.
Some of our live shows are streamed in HD on Twitch. Please follow and share at twitch.lrn.fm. That's twitch.lrn.fm.
This is Angel Clark, and you're listening to The Call to Freedom on LRN.FM.
All right, welcome back into the Call to Freedom here on LRN.FM. It is our Friday evening drive home show, so that means it is Libertarian Drama of the Week. And you know what? This week, it was 3 big stories, so big we couldn't pick one to cover. It's going to be 3 segments of the funniest libertarian drama ever.
So the Libertarians of Macomb County.
Oh yeah, this is great. So story number 1 was the purge that isn't a purge, and the march forward to drive out the 2 libertarian socialists in the party.
Undesirables.
I don't get along with them. I think they're idiots. They called me a Nazi, but I mean, I don't want to tell them they can't come to events. And
those 2 are despicable, horrible people. Well, Matt Keenel and I, we can agree to disagree for the most part, and when I don't have anybody else on the show, I do try to get him.
Yeah, he's a
moron.
Insinuate or call me a Nazi.
They do libertarian socialism a disservice.
Done with you. Yes,
they really do.
They're horrible.
Because the core of the ideology, it is compatible with libertarianism because it's just anarcho-capitalism, and they refuse to admit that. But okay,
they remind me of these Harvard-educated liberals that are like, I'm here on television with my Harvard degree to lecture you, man, coming out of a coal mine. Oh, wait, you can't watch the television because you're busy working a 14-hour day, but you're privileged, and I'm underprivileged with my Harvard education and the limo that drove me here when you don't even have a car or a high school education or access to medical care. But I'm sorry, because of your melanin content, you are privileged.
Well, Shipley came within a hair's breadth of telling me that I internalized transphobia. He
didn't come within a hair's breadth of it. He flat out did it.
He did? I missed that. He must have said it when I wasn't looking.
Yeah.
You might
I don't think I can roll my eyes that hard.
I mean, you seriously might have just glossed over it because you're so used to his BS.
My reaction to what she just said, I think I literally I looked at my brain for a second. I rolled my eyes so hard.
It's not even the cannabis segment yet, Will. Come on now.
Tell that to
the
them.
back of my eyelids.
Tell that to the people telling me I internalized transphobia. Okay, because they're the ones who are high.
Yeah. Really?
Well, we don't have a crack hour, though, or a crack segment. So, I mean, that's a good thing. Don't get me wrong. But that would be more appropriate for the crap they're saying.
All right. So what did the Libertarian Party of Macomb County do?
Well, it is home to a lot of the Audacious Caucus. So it did something audacious and has passed a resolution. Reading, whereas the LP talks a good game about personal responsibility and consequences for actions. Whereas the party is not Democrats and Republicans, but libertarians. Whereas fraud to get one's goals violates the NAP. Be it resolved. I'm going to have to clean this up a bit. Bill Weld is a total piece of crap, and the Libertarian Party of Macomb County refuses to work with him or host him at any function or event.
I love it.
And of course, the wording was not crap, and that's...
Isn't there a F. Bill Weld somewhere in there?
I thought that there was, but apparently there is not.
It's the F. Bill Weld resolution. I love it.
It does say he is a total piece of crap.
Yeah. That's not what it says, but
yeah,
close enough. I heard that... I thought
there was one nay vote. Alicia Beadle, at-large director of the Libertarians of Macomb County, voted nay.
Whatever. Who voted? Who?
And she would like to make it clear. Oh my God. She would like to make it clear to Mr. Weld that this is not her position. And she has no opinion of him, good or bad, because she does not know him, nor has interacted with him, nor is she unwilling to work with him.
Well, if that's the case, then she shouldn't have voted nay. She should have voted reserved.
And she posted this with the Libertarians of Macomb County Facebook account, not her own account. So while the Libertarians of Macomb County are passing this resolution that says one thing, she uses the very same Facebook account to say something completely contrary to it. So it's Harlow's part 2.
Yeah. So who voted yay? I gotta hear.
I don't know who.
Oh no,
there's not a full list.
Who?
I mean, it's just the first comment. It's just her going, I voted no on this. Mr. Weld, please take your pants off and show me how to get the taste of Old Man Richard out of my mouth when this is over.
Sounds like she wants to get the taste of it in her mouth.
Well, she wants the benefits of having done that.
Yes,
but she doesn't want the taste.
Yeah. Everybody wants the benefits. Nobody wants the taste.
Now that could go in the end of this segment.
I love when Daryl's in the room for this segment because he's just like.
But we have saved the best drama for last.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I mean, that's good drama, and it's even better knowing that she's disputing her own party's
I thought
resolution.
the Mises Caucus did the same thing.
No, it's because their initials are LMC. Most people assumed it was the Libertarian Party Mises Caucus.
I did too, and I was like, "Good for you, Mises Caucus." And now, like, oh
no, man, they would bend over for Weld. If he said white people, they would bend over so fast for Bill Weld. I mean, whatever they once wanted to be, they have drifted so far from that anybody who didn't disassociate from that caucus because they saw it coming, that should have seen it coming. The writing was on the wall from about a month and a half after they formed. Once those allegations started flying, it attracted those people who believed those allegations, and it just snowballed from there until it's filled with Hoppians.
Yeah. And
we need to remove the Jews and the Muslims and the trans people and the women and hang them from helicopters. These are the people who would buy Christopher Chase Rachel's book because of that cover. And they were accused of harboring those kinds of people within their caucus, which, as I said, caused people who leaned that way to flock
to the
that
caucus. Yeah. Well, because you already had what they called the alt-libertarian movement. And that's who ended up there.
Yeah.
Was the, quote, alt-libertarians, which I don't understand how that can even be a thing.
Liberty for me and not for thee.
Well, I mean, I guess you could be a libertarian and be a racist so long as you didn't decide the government or anyone else had the right to act on those racist views with violence. You can sit in your living room and be a racist jackass and not bother anybody.
I don't know if I still feel that way anymore. I agreed with Arvin when he said it, but I thought more about it. And to me, libertarianism is all about individualism.
Yeah.
And to be racist, you have to collectivize people. So, I mean, you're not treating people as individuals. How can you really be a libertarian if you're collectivizing everyone? So,
Very true.
I don't know.
Very true. Well, when we get back here in just a moment, we're going to have the best drama of the week, or at least what I think is
10 million drama coins for this one.
Right. It is the $10 million drama for your mama coming up for you when we get back here on the Call to Freedom right after this.
My name is Angel Rach. I'm a mother of 2 teenage children, and I fought all the way to the Supreme Court for the right to use the medicine that saved my life. I've been permanently disabled for 10 years, with an inoperable brain tumor, wasting syndrome, and several other serious conditions. For 4 years, I was in a wheelchair, in so much pain I couldn't even hug my kids. The hardest part was looking in their eyes and seeing how much they were suffering because of my medical condition. The medicine that gave me my life back and gave my kids their mom back was cannabis, also known as medical marijuana. With medical marijuana, I can walk, maintain my weight, and I can be a mom. Without it, my doctors believe that I would die. To learn more about medical marijuana, contact Marijuana Policy Project at 1-877-JOIN-MPP or on the web at mpp.org.
Are you tired of governments murdering people around the world? Stop using their money. There is an alternative. Bitcoin is a stateless, free market, non-political currency. Bitcoin cannot be inflated or controlled by any government. By using their money, you are helping the state. Stop doing it. You have an incredible alternative available now. Learn it, use it, spread it.
Get started with Bitcoin at bitcoin.com. That's bitcoin.com.
Why did you move to the Shire?
I moved here to the Shire because there's other people around who take liberty just as seriously as I do.
I moved to the Shire because I saw videos of people challenging authority and thought that I could get support myself. It called to me, like, do this right now.
I wanted to be around people like me who got it. And once I got here, I knew there was nowhere else that I wanted to be.
I've always wanted to change the world. So I moved to the Shire to join people who were actually working towards doing the same thing.
The people here are awesome, loving, and positive. It was for the adventure and for the feeling of something important is happening here. And I just wanted to come to sort of be part of that.
Visit ShireSociety.com to read and sign the Shire Society Declaration and learn the reasons why, if you love liberty, you should immigrate to the Shire. Plus, add yourself to the Shire map at ShireSociety.com. That's ShireSociety.com. Some of you asked, and now we've delivered. LRN.FM's live Keene, New Hampshire studio shows are now streamed in HD on Twitch. Visit our channel at twitch.lrn.fm and give it a follow. If you have Amazon Prime, you get 1 free subscription on Twitch. If you use it on our channel, Twitch will give LRN.FM a monthly piece of your Prime subscription cost. So please watch, follow, share, and subscribe to twitch.lrn.fm. That's twitch.lrn.fm.
So the protection of life, liberty, and property is what the Free State Project is all about. But it's an effort to move 20,000 people who understand.
It's about demonstrating to the entire country
that, yeah, we can have a free market, a truly free market.
Making it just a freer, great place to live.
It's the world's largest voluntarist libertarian community, and it's only getting bigger.
That's amazing, to be able to move to a place where other people passionately believe in being free and independent.
What the Free State Project is managing to do, though, is to put their money where their mouth is. It's physically getting up across the country and saying, let's go someplace and let's demonstrate the power of these ideas. There's a lot of kind of philosophy that surrounds liberty. There's a lot of thinking about it and talking about it. But here in New Hampshire, people are doing it.
101 Reasons Liberty Lives in New Hampshire, a documentary by Free State Project Early Movers. Watch it free at 101reasonsfilm.com. 101reasonsfilm.com.
Love what we do? Please help support our international satellite channels at patreon.lrn.fm. That's patreon.lrn.fm.
You're listening to The Call to Freedom on LRN.FM.
تستمتعون إلى برنامج نداء للحرية مباشرة على LRN.FM.
Very superstitious writings on the wall. Very superstitious letters about to fall. 13 months old baby.
All right, welcome back here to the third segment of our Libertarian Drum of the Week. I told you, we had a lot of it coming this time. This, just like the song said, it's kind of superstitious. Looks a little bit kind of like, I don't know what's going on here. Just look kind of suspicious. It does. Looks a little shady. Oh, yeah.
Smells a little bit like Old Spice.
Oh, I, of course, I have to say, I called it.
I still think it's going to be Jeb Bush. I think he's the one who will ultimately be tapped. I do. I'm not happy about it, but I think that's who they're going to get.
Well, as always.
That's my take on it too, but...
Called it.
So what did you call, Will? Enlighten us.
Well, I said back in 2016, I said, you know what? I wouldn't be surprised with Bill Weld taking the spot in a VP race that we'll be looking at a Weld-Romney 2020 ticket when we get there. Basically, that the Libertarian Party had already scrapped its principles, and by the time we got to the point that we would be back in a place to make this decision again,
James and I are pretty confident
it would
we
be
can solve
Romney
this problem,
Weld
though.
2020. Do what?
James and I are pretty confident we can solve this problem though by doing a stripping duet at the LNC in 2020. Yeah, the tranny and the fat guy in the thong. Oh yeah, Romney would be gone out. He'll be out that door before I can get my...
You would have to, I say you do like a national tour, and what you do is you find out what their tour bus is doing.
But see, I don't want
to
hit
those cities the day before they do.
I don't want to get arrested though. I would like to avoid that if possible.
This coming from a member of the LNC and, well, the offended candidate. I must apologize to everyone. The last few days, I've been bitter and argumentative with several of you. A couple of times in this forum, and, and others as well through communication platforms. I've always allowed something to become personal, and while it cuts deep, I should have addressed it in a better way. I'd originally planned on not blowing the whistle on this issue and using it to some sort of advantage in the future. But I don't want to be the next Frank Underwood. That's a reference to House of Cards, by the way.
Okay.
You definitely don't want to be the next Kevin Spacey.
I have never seen it.
Right. There's got to be a way to blow this up. Oh, there we go. Now I can actually see it. All right.
That's what Kevin Spacey said that got him in so much trouble.
God. Shut up, Tom. It's come to my attention that there is an element within our party that's actively working to recruit Mitt Romney.
You don't have the dun dun dun.
No, I have the called it.
We needed the dun 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 for that one.
You know what I did?
Closed it.
I closed our clips.
Mm.
Yep.
It'll happen.
Though Mr. Popo will be joining our clips. Because I say that a lot. Called it. That we are seeking him out during an election in which there's a libertarian candidate facing him. When have we seen that before? And he is one of the least libertarian politicians out there right now. I was informed that this was one of the reasons why Bill Weld would not endorse my candidacy.
So what we're saying is that Bill Weld won't endorse libertarian candidates because he's too busy endorsing Republican ones and Democratic ones, like Hillary.
I know there was this time, the drug warrior governor of my own state that I live in now, New Hampshire. And in 2016, Bill Weld didn't endorse the libertarian candidate, endorsed and donated to the Republican candidate, drug warrior Chris Sununu. Mr. I don't care if they legalize marijuana in the Senate and the House. I'll veto any recreational cannabis bill. Chris Sununu. That's right. So, you mean we have a precedent for this behavior?
Well, marijuana isn't the danger. The danger is that people will 3D print these guns, and then all they have to do is remove a clip, and it turns into a weapon of mass destruction. That's the problem. That's the danger here.
You just take the pin out of it, you know.
You 3D print this gun, right?
And you take the pin
and then you
out.
just take this pin out. And
then it doesn't fire,
and you end up dropping bombs on brown people in the Middle East. It just happens.
For real, yo, because, I mean, we need a drone bomb Yemen.
You do. And those 3D printed guns is, I don't know, some nonsense, you know.
About the ACA and how awesome it is. And you know what? The best way to fix healthcare
is to vote for Hillary.
Is to force people to buy health insurance. Yes, that was
voting for Hillary.
Right. That was our machine gunning of every stupid thing Bill Weld said in the 2016 race that we could remember offhand. There were others. My favorite is the one where he said, well, no, I'm not actively campaigning to win the election anymore, just to make sure Trump loses. Translation. I'm campaigning for Hillary.
How'd that work out for you, bub?
It worked out pretty well. He's in my opinion, he's certain to win the LP nomination in 2020 and to bring in either Mitt Romney or Jeb Bush as his VP.
You see,
yeah, but he didn't say that he was no longer ready to win. He was running so that he could be the nominee in 2020 and bring in Jeb Bush and Mitt Romney as his VP. He said he was running to beat Trump.
Well, you see,
how'd that work out for him?
Well, the reason that they
okay, fair enough.
The reason that they couldn't endorse, by the way, this guy in Utah who's a libertarian who has been kissing Bill Weld's white wrinkled butt for the last 2 years and playing nice. He's done all the things that I was told that if I did, oh, well, you would just be so, everyone would love you and you'd be so, no. It's play nice and suck the big white Richard, the little white Richard, and the flabby old man, or we will. They've turned him into a pariah over this. We had to be politically correct and not rock the boat by endorsing the libertarian candidate in a race against Mitt Romney for Senate in the same state. Oh yeah, you didn't know Mitt Romney's running for a senator in Utah? He is, against Craig Bowden of the LNC. And instead of endorsing Craig Bowden of the LNC for that office, they're actively recruiting Mitt Romney. Now, I find this beyond disturbing. I'm not going to stay silent on this any longer. Screw the boat. It's going to get rocked. It's part of why I have felt so
burn the boat down.
For real. Let's set that bad boy on fire. I got a match. I've got a thong. Remember, what did I say? What was I saying earlier this year? We need a box of matches and a bucket of gasoline. And I vote matches for chair, gasoline for vice chair. If Bill Weld is the future of the Libertarian Party, let's burn this bitch to the ground. If the choice is having the ACA advocated for in the name of the Libertarian Party, or burning it to the ground, I say let's dance in some ashes, folks.
Let's strip in some ashes.
Why not?
Make sure it's burned good and dead.
Right? So there you go, folks. Craig Bowden is letting all of us know that a member of Weld's staff has said they're actively trying to recruit Mitt Romney. In Survivor Max 2, School Bites, Max must scavenge through a wasteland swarming with the undead. Desperate to find the medicine he needs, he discovers a community of survivors at his former school. Has he finally found the safe haven he's been looking for, or will he discover that school bites? Look for Survivor Max on Facebook, read reviews on Amazon, and read Chapter 1 at survivormax.com.
Does this ever happen to you? Moments after you're introduced to someone, you forget his or her name. It's a common faux pas you'll want to avoid, especially if you're a job seeker. And even if you're not, here's a tip. As you are being introduced, and while you're still shaking hands, smiling, and making eye contact, say the person's name aloud. Not only does that make a deposit in your memory bank, it acknowledges the other person. And that is more than a nuance, as is maintaining eye contact. With money and attention so scarce now, effective communication skills have never been more important. Cutting through the clutter rather than blending into the blah, blah, blah will help you connect better, no matter what the conversation. For more tips, hit survivalspeech.com. I'm Holland Cook.
Did you know you can listen to LRN.FM via our free-to-air satellite channels? We have channels over nearly all of North America and much of Africa. All you need is an affordable receiver and a dish as small as 30 inches. There are no monthly fees. Learn more at sat.lrn.fm. Plus, if you are a broadcaster or want to be one, this is a good delivery method for our content. See our coverage maps and get details at sat.lrn.fm. That's sat.lrn.fm. sat.lrn.fm.
I love My Magic Mud. I drink a lot of coffee. I had stains on my teeth. Then I found My Magic Mud, and I was told it would remove stains. So I paid attention when I brushed the first time. My Magic Mud is black tooth powder, and the difference it made in my teeth in one application was noticeable. With 4, my teeth were as white as you normal folks out there. Please go to mymagicmud.com and buy a jar. There's 150 applications for $25. You can use Bitcoin, mymagicmud.com. Here's a chance to do a little activism while you're cruising Facebook, Twitter, or Google+. Between the LOL cats, the recipes, the hot girls, and the inspirational sunrise memes, Free Talk Live's posts pass by your newsfeed. Like them, comment. It gives us more exposure. If you don't see our posts, click like at facebook.freetalklive.com and then hover over it to click Get Notifications. It's an easy way to spread the ideas of liberty a bit further. I know you're busy, but you can spare that 1/10 of a calorie it takes to click on something. Facebook.freetalklive.com.
Catch the Call to Freedom at its new time, weekdays from 4 to 7 p.m. The Call to Freedom is the only live drive-home call-in show in the U.S. with a segment devoted to cryptocurrencies. Crypto Hour, brought to you by Helium.com, live from Vertcoin Studios in New Hampshire. Learn about what makes cryptocurrencies so great and why you should care about them. Updates on new coins and ICOs, and warnings of scams. Plus, hear from traders, whales, developers, and big names in the crypto world. You can also win crypto coins or tokens every episode. Just listen for the faucet sound and be the 5th caller to get free Dash, Litecoin, Vertcoin, Verge, or other cryptocurrencies. The Call to Freedom with Will and Aria, featuring Crypto Hour. Broadcast internationally through our BitPlus network satellite. Weekdays from 4 to 7 p.m. on LRN FM.
This is the Liberty Radio Network, broadcasting the latest liberty-oriented audio content 24 hours a day at LRN.FM.
You are listening to the Call to Freedom on LRN.FM. आप सुन रहे हैं स्वतंत्रता की पुकार सिर्फ और सिर्फ LRN.FM पे।
All right, welcome back here to the Call to Freedom here on LRN.FM. It is time for our Cannabis News segment. That's right, the only libertarian source for cannabis news. And we've got some investment news for you guys. This coming from investment.com, Investment Business Direct. CGC, Canopy Growth, reportedly said that it would be able to, quote, move ahead into the U.S. if legislation were in place preventing the federal government from interfering with state cannabis policies as marijuana stocks eye a potentially friendlier U.S. market. While more states are legalizing cannabis, the uncertainty at the federal level has kept some marijuana companies and their partners on the sidelines. In January, U.S. Attorney General Jeff Sessions rescinded the, quote, laissez-faire Obama-era guideline that enabled many states to move forward with some form of pot legalization. But a sharp...
Nothing about Obama was laissez-faire.
Yeah, I know. Or the marijuana policies of his administration.
Right.
But a sharp backlash followed, and Senators Elizabeth Warren and Cory Gardner introduced the STATES Act, which would ensure that each state has the right to determine for itself the best approach to marijuana within its borders. According to a one-page description, quote, the U.S. has a history of when we can't agree, let's just allocate the authority to the state. And if they say it's okay, then it's okay. Canopy Growth CEO Bruce Linton said at MJ BizCon in Toronto on Thursday, according to Bloomberg, that would be an outcome which would allow us to move ahead. A day earlier, during the Canopy Growth earnings conference call, Linton said that we definitely do not participate in federally illegal markets. When asked if he was signaling a loosening in Canopy Growth's stance on entering the U.S., a company spokeswoman told IBD that Bruce's remarks during the Bruce's remarks during the earnings call still stand. We will not enter markets where cannabis is federally illegal. Still, Linton's remarks come as the marijuana industry is increasingly taking advantage of gaps in the legal firewall between the U.S. and Canada, striking cross-border deals and attempting to draw investors ahead of recreational legalization. Recreational legalization in Canada takes hold on October the 17th. Corona parent Constellation brand, which has deepened its investments in Canopy in October, said that it has no plans to sell any cannabis products in the U.S. or any other markets unless it's legally permissible to do so at all government levels. In June, Constellation's CEO Rob Sands said that if we see that opportunity within the confines of what we can legally do, then we're going to do it. During the company's earnings conference call on Wednesday, Canopy's Linton said that the competition a year to year and a half from now won't be any of the cannabis names that started up in Canada. It will be Big Pharma. It will be the other packaged beverage. Marijuana stocks have formed a base. Canopy Growth fell 3.7 to close at 30.92 in the stock market today, after soaring 30% Wednesday on the Constellation investment. Canopy's growth stock has formed a cup base at with a 36.65 buy point. Rival Canadian pot producer Cronos Group, Cron, lost 0.9%, pulling back from its 13% surge yesterday. Tilray edged up 5% and 29%, up 5% to 29%, and is in an IPO base with about 34.20 buy point. Yeah, that's it.
I mean, I don't blame them. The American federal government is obscenely powerful. If it wants to come down on you, there isn't a force on this earth that can help you. So I would want to not do business here either if the federal government had said no on something, and the government has certainly said no on pot. But, you know, there are marijuana companies here in the United States that are operating and that are making a profit. And I don't blame them for not wanting to take the risk, but there's profit in risk. There's a lot of profit in risk. There's a lot of failure in risk as well.
Yeah.
But
very much so.
I think in regards to pot, especially in some of these places that have legalized it recreationally, the possible profit margins vastly outweighs any risk associated with it, particularly because most of these states would attempt to defend any companies that are prosecuted within their borders.
Oh, yeah, because of the tax revenue.
Yeah.
Well,
I said attempt to.
Here comes Tom.
I didn't say would be successful.
No, I wouldn't even expect them to put resources into it because so many of these states have people that are still living in the Stone Age in their legislatures. I mean, it's hard to get the state to defend its own people, period. And you certainly don't see the states taking on the feds. But, I mean, I understand what you're saying. You would hope so. You would hope they would defend their own tax bases, but, you know, you say no force on God's green earth can stop a federal prosecution. The states certainly seem to think that with the way that they behave. Cowering like little ninnies when the federal government runs roughshod not only over their citizens but over them.
Well, I mean, just imagine if no one had ever taken the risk because of the possibility of government crackdown with cryptocurrencies, because that possibility certainly existed.
Still does.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not saying it's not worth the risk. I'm just saying don't expect your state government to come and help you if the feds come knocking.
Yeah, I know that's not what you're saying. I'm trying to, speak as though there's any chance in hell I'm going to reach the CEO of this company, even though that's not going to happen. But, ideally he would be listening. He would go, you know what? They're right. There is money in taking this risk. And you probably could do it in a way that minimized that risk. I don't know that you could. I don't run corporations. But with all of the illegal crap corporations are doing, surely there is a way you could sell some pot in the U.S. without being transparent before the federal government.
I guess you'd need a front, and that would kind of defeat the purpose of trying to help people, at the very least. Because usually how companies get away with doing illegal stuff is they hide it under legitimate-looking activity. What would be a good front for a marijuana operation? Don't answer that.
A pharmaceutical company?
Yeah, right. Don't answer that. This is America. They sue people in this country.
You'd never convince someone that something is profitable and behemoth-like as a pharmaceutical company was selling something that actually helped people, though.
True.
No, you wouldn't. But I mean, that's kind of the beauty of it. Pharmaceutical companies, pretend to be helping people while in fact they kill people. So you would have a pot company pretending to kill people while it's actually helping people. It's a beautiful inversion of the roles. Except the pot actually helps people and doesn't kill people, and the pharmaceutical company actually does kill people instead of helping people.
I'm just... Who would have thought that a Democrat administration would be more respectful of states' rights?
Yeah, wasn't that like something people said during the Trump campaign?
Oh my God, wasn't that like a big thing Republicans are always hollering that they love? And
well, now you know what the real story is.
Oh well, we knew the real story.
Republicans love their demagogues.
You are the recovering Republican here.
I am.
Right. Anyway, we'll be back next week with, we'll have guests. We'll have me and Aria. We'll have stories. We'll have crypto. We'll have
me too.
Tom. We'll have Chris. We've got Chris. It's going to be on. You're muted, Chris. Oh my God.
That's right. Next week
the sky is falling. Don't go anywhere because Free Talk Live is coming up next.
Is spreading the message of liberty, cryptocurrency, and peace around the globe worth $2 per month to you? As you may already know, in addition to our internet feed, LRN.FM broadcasts on free-to-air satellite across North and Central America, as well as Sub-Saharan Africa. And we've been available on satellite for free 24/7 since 2010. The LRN.FM free-to-air satellite signal is reaching some of the most oppressive regimes in the world, and there's no doubt our ideas are making an impact. You can learn more about the channel's impact by watching the 3-minute video at fund.lrn.fm. If you'd like to help free minds globally with our ideas of liberty, cryptocurrency, and peace, you can donate as little as $2 per month via fund.lrn.fm. You can help us continue and expand our satellite broadcast to multiple continents. Visit fund.lrn.fm today, and thank you for your help. Don't forget to share the link on social media. That's fund.lrn.fm.
Now that you've found the Liberty Radio Network at LRN.FM, you may want to help expose others to our great programs. To assist you in doing so, you'll find resources at promote.lrn.fm, including details on how to get a free bumper sticker, quarter-page flyers you can print out and distribute, banners for your website, as well as files that will allow you to make your own custom banners and graphics. Visit promote.lrn.fm and help bring new listeners to the Liberty Radio Network. That's promote.lrn.fm.
So you've signed the Shire Society Declaration and are planning your move to New Hampshire to be around more liberty-oriented people. Next, sign up for the Shire Society Forum at forum.shiresociety.com. There are a bunch of people there who are already in the Shire, and they want to meet you. If you're already in the Shire physically, you should also come by the forums. Remember, not everyone uses Facebook. New people are signing up for the Shire Society Forum every month, so drop in and say hello at forum.shiresociety.com.
You're 6 minutes away from a live episode of Free Talk Live, brought to you by freekeen.com. Listen live at freetalklive.com.
From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Friday, August 17th, 2018. Silver is trading at $14.70 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,180 per ounce. Zencash is trading at $70, and the average price of Bitcoin is $6,505. Antiwar.com reports Congress has the power to set the foreign aid budget, but the Trump administration may not be planning on letting them keep it, with officials reporting that they are planning a rescission package to cut money out of the aid budget. The theory is that the administration could cut some of the money appropriated by Congress but not yet spent. The goal is to eliminate about $3.5 billion, including $200 million in frozen Syria aid and an unspecified amount of aid to the Palestinians. Senate leadership in both parties is loudly opposing this, complaining it would be a blow to both the State Department and USAID. Senator Bob Corker said he's considering blocking the move, though despite being the Foreign Relations Committee chairman, he's not clear if there's a way to do that legally. President Trump wanted the cuts to foreign aid included in the budget originally, but Congress refused to do so. The Office of Management and Budget appears to believe that those cuts can still be made to happen. You can support FPP Radio by joining the Fans program. Fans are friends, allies, and numerous supporters. Fans help FPP afford to produce more original content. You can join the Fans program for as little as $1 per month through Patreon and get perks like ad-free versions of FPP Radio News and Peace, Love, Liberty Radio. To learn more or to join the Fans program, visit fans.fppradio.com. That's fans.fppradio.com. UPI reports at least 1,400 Google employees signed a letter to company leadership demanding more transparency over a project the tech giant is working on that would be accepted by the Chinese government. The project is a search engine designed to comply with the Chinese government censorship laws, and Google employees said they need more information about the project to determine whether it raises any urgent moral and ethical issues. The employees said in the letter, "Currently, we do not have the information required to make ethically informed decisions about our work, our projects, and our employment." In 2010, Google removed its search engine from the Chinese web over censorship, but in 2016, Google began developing a new search engine codenamed